I give you a recap. Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Or Dragon Deez Dice, a comedy D&D 5e actual play show where a group of inexperienced heroes embark on a vast and deep storyline in a homebrew world brimming with magic and mischief, sure to have you rolling.
No.
With laughter.
With laughter.
In your grave.
I can't remember my password.
With laughter. Oh, okay.
Pen is missing.
Why don't you have like 900 good pens? I don't have it in this jacket. Never mind.
Why don't you have your jacket, huh?
She jacket on my
Yeah, what
pen.
the fuck?
Because it was too warm. I put on a cardigan.
I just heard Peanut say a scally joke. Why?
I'm gonna cry.
For a few days now, your team has
I'm
been
so nice to you.
investigating a quiet church village called Greytown, a popular pit stop for travelers to the north that has been experiencing strange happenings among the locals. Some of you believe the church itself to be corrupt, and when an imp seems to charm Mherren to act on her impulses, she attacks a statue to the elven deity Krellin and goes into hiding. The rest of you uncovered that worshippers of the Bleeding Man have been going missing from their homes, with Pebble claiming the group is a cult. A guard presence at the church making it off limits, you all reunited with Mherren and returned to the inn where you were meant to meet a nun with some information on the sinner Pastor Servori told you all to track down that was believed to be the cause of the strange omens. However, it was now Balthazar's turn to be under the imp's possession as you returned to find the nun murdered by a blood-soaked invisible figure of a man that seemed to know Shello and seemed to have followed you all from the apartment you all had thought was haunted for so long. The bloodied man Shello called Elmer became unstable and was ultimately put down by Balthazar, whom in the process set fire to the inn itself. Fleeing to the graveyard to finally put an end to this, you found a hidden dungeon.
Uh-oh. I got some really nice, it's like parchment paper, like material sticky notes.
I have so many sticky notes on my monitors reminding me of things for sessions, and I just forget all of them. I have 3 sticky notes that just list other continents with funny names, and I always forget to drop them at different times.
Not even for D&D, you just found some random continents and laugh at them.
Yeah, China?
Oh.
That's not a continent.
That's not a continent. I was gonna say there's only 7 continents to choose from.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah, to be fair, that's quite humorous.
Today's episode is sponsored by the Story Engine deck, who graciously sent me over their product to try out. The Story Engine deck uses a fast and intuitive system to bring your ideas to life for new NPCs, magic items, BBEGs, adventure hooks, campaign concepts, and more. By pulling cards for different prompts, you can create 30 billion campaign ideas for less than the cost of a core rulebook. And the great thing about the Story Engine deck is that it stimulates your own creativity. Here's a sample of a pull I did myself to show it in action. I'm going to use the deck to create an item-based quest, meaning I start with an anchor card, and in this case I pull a letter. This letter will help solve the problem of an investor, but the conflict is that it will make them someone they never wanted to be. Now this is interesting, but we can elaborate on what that conflict means by pulling an aspect card, which we get tender. That levels up this quest so much. Maybe the adventuring party needs to take down an evil corporation, and they find a tender letter from an investor's deceased father that causes that businessman to turn a new leaf and do good with the company. As you can see, the Story Engine deck is a catalyst for imagination. For tabletop RPGs, this is a great tool to generate new characters and stories during prep or even live at the table if your players throw you for a loop and need inspiration fast. The deck is universal and works with any genre or system. Plus, it has multiple expansions for weaving specific elements of fantasy, horror, sci-fi, and mystery into your campaigns and writing. I could see myself using the Story Engine deck for characters, quests, world building, or even the premise of an entire one-shot or campaign. If you use code DRAGONDEEZ10, you'll get 10% off your order at storyenginedeck.com. Thank you once again to Story Engine for sponsoring this episode. Stepping up to this door, you see inside there's a person that seems to almost be like waiting, and he like looks up to you like in surprise, almost disbelief. You can see some other people within this room as well, all kind of staying around, like some like sitting on the ground. They seem to just kind of be waiting here, but they all kind of like look up at you. Some of them start to like get up like weakly. You also see a lot of broken stone There's some like crates of almost like rations in here. There's some bedrolls. A lot of this room is like scorched, and there's like jagged red rocks coming out of the ground. But most notably is a big arch at the end, a horned skull over top of it, some cracks of molten rock leaving from the front of it, stretched out over some of the room, and a what looks like a sort of like a satanic looking symbol, like a very very devilish iconography on it that gives you an impression of the hells.
What? That's crazy. I didn't even see that in this room. That's crazy. But that's noticeable.
Yeah, it's kind of something's in the way.
The man
I didn't notice that at
standing.
all.
Oh, I see it now.
Oh yeah, that's a friend.
The man standing by the gate quickly like grabs on the bars and is like in a kind of hushed tone is like, what are you all doing down here?
What are you doing down here?
We are taken from our homes by knights of the capital. We were
Wait,
we were
what?
put down here
You're
to.
the people who.
The people that have been going missing? Pebble, I told you they were doing some shady shit in that church.
I don't understand. You were taken by
The-
Capital Knights? Or
Yes,
by...
the church was taken over. Savori, where's Savori?
Here?
He's napping.
He didn't. That's not true.
What?
Balthazar's drunk. He thinks that the dead imp near the room is.
Oh, Jesus
Make a
Christ.
deception check then. At disadvantage.
Me?
He's a drunk man.
Don't
He won't
worry.
do so much.
Don't worry. Disadvantage is a 7. He's not gonna believe me.
What? You failed on the deceiving of saying that Savori is napping. So this man now thinks you killed Savori. Savori, he's dead.
Why does... Okay. No. Why do you care so much about what Savori's doing?
Kind of sighs and looks down, almost like a sigh of relief at you saying he's not dead. All of us, we're worshippers of the bleeding man.
What?
We... Savori, and Henrik Savori, he led the church. The church, it was founded by the Savoris, and their line have always held the church, and has been the guiding light for us there. Heinrich, being the last one, his parents died years ago, but I don't know, one day the capital came to town. Knights from the capital, and this man in brown robes, an elf, wood elf, I believe, brown hair, spoke to Savori in private, and after that, Savori, he seemed changed. He wouldn't look any of us in the eyes, and then a few days later, they came into our houses and told us to surrender. We struggled a bit, but we knew that, well, we were scared. We went with them. We didn't want to die. They said that they wouldn't kill us. They brought us here to this crypt, put us inside of here. We didn't even know this was. We've been to the church our entire lives. We never knew this was under it. They threw us in here, and they've been keeping us in here for. We don't know how long it's been.
As your worshippers of the bleeding man?
He looks at your armor and says, without looking you in the eyes, it's like, yes.
What's the altar there for?
We don't know. Savori, he seems to examine it at times. We think that before we were put in here, that some things may have come out of it, and it seems like some type of portal to us, but we've never seen it used. Some creature guards the crypt down here. When we we've tried to gang up on it to get out, and he looks at the blood on the ground and some of the bruised people behind him. You can see how that's turned out. If that thing is down here, surely we're all stuck here.
Was it just the one creature?
Well, there was that. There was also these. We've seen these small red things crawl around here at times, but we've only noticed them in quick glances. They seem to try to stay out of our eyesight, but occasionally, I might sound crazy saying this, but sometimes we'll steal each other's food and just attack each other. We all know each other. We're friends, family. We'll do harm to each other to get more food or water for ourselves, and when that happens, we can all hear laughter in the halls.
That's what they do. They make you act on your worst impulses. But you had nothing to do with them. You've just been stuck down here.
We haven't seen the sunlight. It's so long. We're all weak, but still they bring us food and water and rations. We've been biding our time. Occasionally we hear screams echo through the halls. And you'll actually see behind you, this person can't see this from his vantage point, but there's like this torture wheel behind you all with what looks like a decrepit body.
Oh, I can see it now.
And actually, peeking past, you can see someone walking around back there, seemingly oblivious to what you all are doing, sort of walking up and into the shadows, almost making it out as Heinrich Silvori walking the halls down here.
Oh, Silvori's actively down here. Oh God.
Lower your voice. Can I look at the cage door and just see, like, is it just a regular key lock, or is there some sort of magic property to it, or an odd mechanism?
Make an investigation check.
Fuck.
There's obviously a keyhole. Apart from that, you can't really tell.
Eldritch Blast makes noise.
Yes.
Oh.
Shello's gonna continue around this corner, this fancy elbow.
Are you doing this stealthily?
Hello. I suppose so. It is a dark place. He's probably more so being careful to be slow.
Okay.
And stay hidden.
Are you using your chameleon carapace?
Yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check at advantage.
Okay. That's good. 16.
As you begin to turn the corner, you see lit up in this room is Heinrich Silvori walking around.
Oh.
He seems to be kind of pacing. Doesn't seem to notice you. He's just kind of like walking around this pillar. He seems to just be deep in thought. You also see a torture table with what looks like a dead body on it.
Yeah.
It's like stretched out.
So nice. Upon seeing him, am I able to make myself invisible?
Yeah, if you want to do that stealthily, then you'll have to do a sleight of hand. Yeah, you like whisper to yourself the vocal components. He doesn't seem to notice, and you turn invisible.
I want to just kind of hug the wall, get an idea of like the general scope of the room.
As you keep looking around in here, you can kind of see around the corners and such. You can make out Mherren in front of a like.
I can barely see a sliver.
Yeah, you can kind of make out the next room. You can't see a lot of the details within it.
I think for now I'm just kind of standing. I was gonna wait until funny man with the beard goes into that kind of elbow that I came through, or goes down towards the party. And if that happens, I want to trigger the doll to say the line.
Do you two have anything that could help pick locks?
No, I don't. This doesn't make sense. Silvori wouldn't, or
You
shouldn't.
don't know him.
But he's been entrusted with this power, with this position of authority by Angara. If he weren't worthy of it, then he wouldn't be there.
We've known Silvori our whole lives. We don't believe this as much as you, please believe me. But after that all happened, it's almost like he didn't recognize us. He wouldn't look us in the eyes. And like I said, days after us, they'd get one of us to throw us down here. A few days later, they'd get another one of us, throw us down here. It seems they was looking for us. And we all started to hide in our homes, play in secret, but it's just strange. They like Silvori himself was hunting us. Maybe he wasn't looking us in the eyes because of a great shame he felt. Whatever the capital told him. What that elf commanded of him, possibly? But no, you're right, it doesn't make sense.
What was he like before the people from the capital came?
Stern man, but he was still kind, and he helped us with whatever we needed. Silvori, he ran the church alone for years. Anytime any of us would offer to help, he'd say no. He'd run it himself, and then we saw that other people began to arrive, like nuns and such. It's just so strange.
Were your people facing illness before the soldiers came? Before the guards came?
Illness? No, perfectly healthy, happy, worshipping in Greytown, the last place all of us know that we could worship in peace. We know that we're not allowed to worship the bleeding man in this continent under the king's rule, but Greytown was like a safe haven. We should have known that it'd end there soon, but a few of us here even traveled to Greytown specifically for this, migrating there. And we thought it was the last safe place for us left.
This just seems odd. Silvori never seemed to sway at all on his beliefs of his leadership before the guards and nuns arrived.
Absolutely not, no. Silvori was the most dedicated to the bleeding man than any of us. He lived his entire life to follow in the bloody footsteps of him, to help those in need. While illness wasn't spreading, as you suggested, he did help those that were sickly. There were times mothers would abandon their babies at the footsteps of the church. Silvori raised them until they were old enough to leave. The Bleeding Heart Church, orphans abandoned there that did not have last names were given the surname Descentra, one of which I hope is alright, because I know she hasn't been captured. Actually became a worshipper of the Bleeding Man herself, Nicolessa. But, Silvori, he helped everyone in need within the town, even non-Bleeding Man worshippers. However, it wasn't until the capital came to town that he was granted an official magistrate title.
I don't know if the Silvori you know is still there. Because that's not the man we've met.
He has another sigh, this time not in relief. Yes. We all have had a hunch that perhaps these devils made work of him in some way that made him, I don't know, took his form, perhaps. We just don't want to believe that. We don't want to believe that the Silvori that guided us is, I don't know, dead somewhere, and something else walks in his body.
He could still be in there. Until we find out exactly what happened, there's still hope. And I think it would do yourselves and him some good to have faith in that hope.
Believe me, we do. I don't know if you're familiar with the teachings of the Bleeding Man, but we all believe that with pain comes reward. Despite us bleeding, those wounds will heal, and we can use that strength to help others. No hope to get out, but maybe you all are the ones sent to save us if you can get us out.
We'll try our best.
Mherren,
Yes?
can I talk to you for a moment?
As you go into your separate conversations, he turns around to the others and he says, Omar, come here. And this orc man gets up and walks over, as well as this woman coming over, and this guy puts his finger into the blood and just kind of like wipes the blood on himself, as well as these two others, and he's like, we will survive.
Mherren,
Good.
I agree that these people should not be locked down here. I just don't know if the right course of action would be to just let them free. Exactly, immediately.
Why?
Fully. Because this cult is dangerous. They're worshipping a god that has unknown powers and unknown dangers associated with it. You don't understand.
Welcome to the world of the gods. All of them do. And every religion has started as a cult. They
Don't you
don't
think-
seem like bad people.
I don't think they are. I just think they're misguided.
Why? What
They're-
seems misguided about them?
What about the imps? What about the bleeding statue? What about all of the other omens that have been this way? Don't you think
You mean
that
the
this
ones
might...
that came through the portal, the things that they had completely nothing to do with?
What about the statue, Mherren?
Imps are known to play tricks, and they are magical creatures. It's not out of the realm of possibility that that was them. Or even whatever could have possibly made that portal and brought them through could have an immense amount of magic that could easily cast some sort of spell. I understand that I'm not the most well-versed in magic or gods or religion or even the hells. I don't know much about these things. All I know are behaviors and fighting, and I can just try and pick up on little things. But, Pebble, you can't just trust everyone because they believe in a similar god to you or the same god as you. You can't
When
just
I
not
was-
trust people because they don't believe in the same thing as you.
Mherren, when I had nothing, when I was at my lowest, my faith is all I had. You understand that. And I want to help these people find that thing to help lift them up, because I
They
was in the
have.
I was in
They
the same
found
boat
the
as-
same thing, Pebble. They've found their god. Don't take that away from them.
But what if it's not the right one, Mherren?
There is never going to be a right one. The only thing in life that will ever be correct for a person is their own being. Everything outside of that is left to chance. I've never had the chance to connect with a god the way you have, and that was just the stick I drew in life. But you have connected to something, just as these people have. You of all people should know that they don't have a choice in that. They've felt this connection, and to deny that would deny a part of themselves that chooses to believe. Don't you believe?
I know what I believe in and I know what I want.
Do you?
Yes, Mherren.
What do you believe in?
I believe in Angarad. I want to.
That's not what I
I want to
asked.
be.
I didn't ask what god you believe in. I asked what you believe in.
Aren't they one and the same?
No.
When I had nothing, when I'd lost everything, she gave me comfort, knowing that I'd go somewhere after I died, that I avoided something worse.
What did you believe in before Ingard?
That's not relevant, Mherren.
What do you believe you should do for good?
There's good in everyone, even the people who we have to kill. Sometimes we might not have a choice, in the Colosseum especially. But I think under different circumstances, those people could flourish, could be good people. The same about these people. They're not bad. They're not bad. They're just, I think they're misguided. I don't think leaving them down here is a good thing. I just think we should help them afterwards, finding their way. I was in a similar situation as them. I didn't always follow Angarad. When I lived with the Genasi, I was a worshipper of Biori. And I thought it was fulfilling. But evil runs through my veins, Mherren. I'm descended from evil. And there's nothing I can do about it but repent.
Who told you that?
Everyone. Everyone I've ever known.
And you believe that?
Yes.
You
I do.
believe the people that slaughtered yours?
They didn't slaughter the Genasi.
Did they not?
A dragonborn raid did.
Did they not slaughter the history, the name of your people?
I was taken in by them when I had nowhere else to go.
Most of the time, when a religion, especially, or a group of people grew big enough, they did so by destroying other people's history, by taking their people and re-educating them. Did you know that?
That's not what happened, Mherren.
How do you know?
Because
What proof
I've
is there
seen
that
the-
evil runs through your blood? Besides what people have told you. The people that threw mud on your history.
I've seen the truth in what they tell me enough times now. I've seen
What truth? What have you seen?
what my faith in Angara does to me. Things that I never could have achieved before. I was weak. I didn't
You
know
were
what I
young.
wanted in life. I know what I want now.
You were young. 30 years ago, I couldn't lift a halberd. 30 years ago, I could not have survived a Colosseum. 30 years ago, I couldn't have traveled half the distance I've traveled. You grow and you learn. You didn't get the chance to learn under your original god. And if you choose to follow Ingard, that's what you believe. And that is perfectly fine. You can believe in whatever you believe in, but you are not made of evil. Because frankly, I don't think I've met anyone quite as kind as you. Now I've met plenty less confused than you, but you're learning, you're young, and you've got a long time to go. Nothing has to be final. You get to choose what you believe. Do you protect these people, or do you leave them in a cage?
Let's help them. But I can only hope for what they do afterward. I still don't think we can really pick that lock.
Oh, we can
But-
destroy it.
Mherren and Pebble, do you want to make perception checks?
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get very good on this. Yeah, 8. My head hurts.
It seems quiet down here. You guys don't really notice anything. You know that Silvori is in here, and you would occasionally hear his like footsteps echo just faintly. However, they seem to have like mostly stopped. Shello, you know that he's just been up here. He's kind of like back against the pillar, just kind of like hand on his like head, just like looking down at the ground, seemingly like very deep in thought. I'd say honestly, you guys could probably take a short rest if you
Yay!
want.
Yap so long that we get a short
Yeah.
rest. Fuck yeah.
Hey,
Does-
that gives me a spell slot.
I'm also still waiting for him to do something before I do an action. So I guess I'm not resting.
Balthazar, you wouldn't happen to have any way to unlock a door?
Let me check my bag. I think I have some. He stumbles over to the door and pulls out
Oh,
the mystery key.
Okay. Remind me what that does.
So rolling a critical on a d20 unlocks any lock, breaks on critical, cannot be used on the same lock if failed. So I have one try attempt.
Yeah, go
A
roll a
D20.
d20.
Okay.
You all see Balthazar grab a key from his bag, put it into the lock, try to turn, nothing happens. He just takes it out, puts it back in his bag.
Nice. Is that it?
I mean, I can go so I can try lock picking it. What do I have to do for lock? What's the check? I have to do
It's
for
a
lockpicking?
sleight of hand, roll at a disadvantage since you want to be drunk.
Yeah, I'm not unlocking this door.
Oh.
I'm definitely not unlocking this door.
Balthazar is just, you see him putting it in, but you can clearly tell he's intoxicated and is not really doing any work here.
I'm gonna fall back, just like drunk, like.
Okay, maybe I'm just gonna catch him so that he doesn't actually fall. Well, can you, like, take away his drunkenness? Is that like a healing thing you could do?
I don't think so.
Balthazar hears you saying this. He like narrows his eyes and grasps onto his flask.
No.
Well,
Balthazar, look at me. Eye contact. Don't look to the side. Look at me. Eyes.
I started screwing the cap.
No. Balthazar. Work with me. Okay? I will do anything you want. Stop drinking.
I'm holding you to that. He screws it back
Okay.
on.
Made a deal with the devil.
Balthazar rummages through his bag and pulls out one of the fortune cookies and cracks it open.
What?
For yourself?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta give me a second here then.
I'm gonna be a drunken nuisance to DM as well.
We're trying.
Cracking
Okay.
open the fortune cookie, Balthazar, you see a little paper inside of it. Almost magically, it glimmers like the text is forming specifically for you, and it reads, "Through disease, you will find wealth. Then what you truly seek will be within arm's reach."
Balthazar like eats the cookie, takes the piece of paper and pushes it like against the door, just trying anything.
Cookie tastes a little bit more stale than it would have last time.
He's getting any carbohydrates he can.
hey, sir, you're gonna want to step back from the store for a second, if that's okay.
Balthazar, can you stand on your
He
own?
kind of steps back a little bit. He's like, "If what I think you're about to do is what you're about to do, then are you sure it's wise? It could cause noise."
Certainly not the wisest, but we've run out of options.
He clasps his hands together and looks down like he's praying, kind of muttering to himself. Through failure will come success. Through failure will come success.
Mherren's, she's a little sluggish, you know. She's still got that point of exhaustion. She's gonna approach the door and really hope that I hit on some of these. I'm going to attack the door. I'm gonna aim for the hinges.
Okay, make a strength check. Disadvantage.
Interesting.
9.
It's okay.
Hit your
she's
halberd
tired.
against it, and there's a clang that kind of echoes through the halls, and you hear within the room what almost sounds like giggling.
Mherren immediately pauses because I'm assuming this sound is familiar to her.
Make a perception check.
Okay, whatever. I'm so tired
Natural
of this
1.
shit.
Was probably just the wind.
Him still spontaneous, and he's gonna teleport through the bars using Misty Step.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Guys, I think I got the door.
No.
Balthazar. Now you're stuck in there.
We can't open it from this side, or we would have done that.
But I just got through. It's open.
Shello, you see Silvori's head perk up at what you hear as a clang. He kind of looks back questionably. You get the impression that he's chalking it up to just like a noise, nothing serious.
Well, I'm gonna fucking Eldritch Blast it. Might as well. We've already gone this far.
Roll the damage for that.
I have a feeling Silvori's
8
gonna
damage.
think something of this one.
You shoot this Eldritch Blast into it, making a louder noise than before, and then when it clears, the lock looks like it's a little bit damaged, perhaps weakened, but it is not broken.
These are pretty dire circumstances.
This is rough. If Balthazar wasn't drunk and could lockpick, this would have been fine.
At the noise of what sounds like a magical burst, Heinrich is now a stern look on his face, turning the pillar and begins walking down that way.
Hello, it's me, Shello, the juggling ant boy.
His head immediately perks up confused, and he looks that way. He just like kind of hurriedly walks that way. He turns the pillar, sees the doll on the ground. He's like, "What?" Then looks back up, and then he starts going back down with an even quicker pace now. However, that buys you all down there a little bit more time. What are you doing now?
No.
Are you trying to blockpick it again, Balthazar?
Yeah.
It seems like Balthazar is trying to concentrate more, but he still can't do it through his drunken state. Heinrich, Silvori, Shello, you see, is hurriedly walking down. Are you doing anything else?
30 feet, that's great. I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on him, which means I drop invisibility.
He fails.
Which means
what joke do you tell him?
Oh, fuck.
What did the thieves use to open the crypt? A crypt keeper.
He turns around in confusement, but then starts laughing with a almost like worried look on his face. He's like, he's like struggling, trying to go down the hall, but he's like laughing and like falling to the floor, trying to pick himself back up. You all down here, you have another minute. You don't know you have another minute. You know you've made a lot of noise so far, and you're taking a long time. What are you doing next?
Balthazar, please back up. Man's gonna swing again.
Okay, make a strength check. Disadvantage.
Yeah. It's not too bad. That's slightly worse, but 14.
You hit against the lock, and you almost think you've broken it, but you haven't yet.
Okay, can I do it again?
Yes.
Like quick succession. Okay, well, hopefully I don't get worse than that. Okay, I got the same thing. 11.
Hitting again in quick succession, still unable to get it. Hitting it, not quite a hard enough hit. The other time you like slightly dented it some more. This does seem like a stronger lock than what would normally you've experienced. You're trying again?
Yes.
I'll grab her shoulder and say, "Hey, Let me try it, Mherren.
Miriam sort of sighs and then she takes a step back.
I'm gonna
hello?
break
You
this
okay, there we
walnut
go. It wasn't
wide
responding.
open. Check this out.
Okay.
Check
Yeah,
the.
go make a strength check.
I was about to say, I really hope you roll on that one.
Oh no!
Try to stab your longsword into this, and it goes through the gate and gets you get it stuck in there, and now you're spending some time trying to get it out.
Fuck!
Eventually, you do.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna
damn
try
it.
again.
Okay,
Oh
go
my
and make
God.
another
Wait,
strength
wait.
check.
Wait, I can try. I can do it. I can do it, Mherren. I can do it. I swear. I promise. I can do it. Dirty 20.
That's an attack, not a strength
That's an
check.
attack.
Fuck! God damn it!
You thought
Fuck,
you could
God.
pull the wool over our eyes?
Damn it! 11.
Oh my God.
You slash against it as you hear a voice behind you yell out, "What is going on?"
Balthazar is going to look at the hinges. Ready his arm to cast magic missile.
And Miriam's readying her halberd.
Balthazar, as you begin to react, as all of you begin to react, you
Do
see
I go as well?
the form of Heinrich Sovori begin to shift as he holds up his hand, a tongue dropping from his mouth, horns growing, his skin graying. He holds up his hand and a book as he begins to sort of levitate off the ground by a few inches, his feet dangling down. Magic glyphs kind of form around his hand, as red as blood, as he begins almost flying towards you all, beginning to cast a spell.
Can I end it with a hiccup as he looks at this?
That's not good.
Yeah, a scared little hiccup.
Uh-oh.
We interrupt today's Dragon Deez Dice episode to let you know we just released a brand new merch site, dragondeezdice.shop, where you can pick up the Dragon Deez Dice logo on various articles of clothing. We have both printed and embroidered versions, as well as a character sticker sheet and other goodies. So if you want some merch and want to support the show, make sure to check out dragondeezdice.shop and pick up some new swag to add to your collection.
He just looks like discount fucking Voldemort.
I cannot take him seriously because of his stupid ass tongue, dude.
I cannot see him.
I want to know what that
can't
thing
take
can
him
do.
seriously. Shut the fuck up.
You're so mean to me.
You deserved that one.
Yeah, you're right. I
Mherren and
hate the
Balthazar
commoner.
both are at 12, so that means Mherren will go first, then Balthazar, then Sovori, then Pebble, then Shello, with the other commoners mixed in.
He's not the only one that can transform. We're gonna form
That
a
was
dread.
a flames line.
12 temp HP, baby.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna get right up in his business. Not too close though. I don't want to touch that. Does a 25 hit?
25 does hit.
10 damage.
Okay, he fails, so he is frightened.
Hell yeah! Can't get it any closer. Granted, he's doing spells. He doesn't need to get closer.
However, as soon as you slice at him with your halberd, he wraps his tongue around you and pulls himself closer.
Can I cut
Uh-oh.
off his tongue? I want to cut off his tongue really
Does a
bad.
14 hit.
No, it does not.
The tongue seems to have these spikes around it that try to pierce into your skin but don't quite do any damage to you, and then it unwraps and goes back flopping into him. It's kind of retracting.
Ooh,
This is the worst experience of my life.
that's disgusting.
And she's gonna attack with the halberd again.
Lane, if this is the worst experience of your life, I'm really happy for you.
I was
Not
gonna
of
say,
my
yeah.
life.
If
It's
no,
not-
if this is the
it
worst
was a
experience
joke.
of Mherren's life, didn't she
That is
almost
also
die on a
joke.
battlefield?
She's almost died so many times by
Yeah,
her own
that's-
hand and others.
Still worse. The
Me when I
tongue's
blow
still
up a
worse.
cannon.
The tongue is just kind of.
Hey, does a 24 hit?
Yes.
Oh, speaking of nat ones.
7 damage.
Really?
Hey, does a 22 hit?
Sure does.
As you
You wouldn't believe it.
as you
but-
recall your halberd, pulling it closer to you, the tongue then like wraps around your wrist and like scratches across your arm, dealing 10 damage to you.
doesn't even hurt a little bit.
It's 4 piercing damage, 6 cold damage. Looking down at your arm, there's some like icy residue as it seemed to sort of like give your arm a little bit of frostbite as you see like some icy breath coming out of its mouth. Balthazar, you're inside this cell.
Even I should probably help with this.
Is he still
fucking-
Yep,
impulsive?
still impulsive.
Ideally.
Still impulsive, yeah.
Still has
Even
to
though I
go
should-
for his
even though-
own selfish desire.
Yeah. I'm gonna go down to this weird portal-looking thing and investigate it.
You suck.
I've got
He's
30 feet
a
of movement.
man of
Uh,
academia.
Okay, I might, because I won't have enough movement to get into the portal. I might investigate this sigil first
Okay.
on the ground. See if I can sort of like understand it, or if I can possibly use, because it would have some sort of language around the rim, if I'm not mistaken.
It seems to have these like magical runes. Not sure if it's specifically a language or not.
Okay. So I wouldn't be able to use
Like not sure if it
comprehensive
specifically says
language.
something.
Yeah. Sort of what it does and sort of why it's here, if it has anything to do with the portal in front of me.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make a Arcana check.
19.
19, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, looking at it, yeah, it does seem like that it doesn't seem like the writing on it is like specific words, like spelling something. It just seems to be sort of magic runes. However, you looking at it and the composition of the arrangements of it all, you can sort of figure out that this was kind of used to help in opening the portal at some point. You can easily recognize that the archway is a portal. It has like the same sort of look as the other 2 archway portals you've seen. Also on that, it has, from where you are right now, you can see it has abyssal, or sorry, not abyssal, infernal written on it. But this sort of pentagram thing on the ground, you can easily tell it has a connection to the 9 hells. It seems it was used to sort of like aid in the process of opening the portal. You're not quite sure how to open the portal, but this seemed to just sort of aid in that process. Perhaps maybe even like through some ritual forcibly open the portal without the words written on it that you know, because each of these have some sort of like thing that opens them. Like with the Far Realm, it was fear that opened it. You can tell that there's some sort of ritual happened here to kind of like perhaps circumvent that, to open the portal anyway. And you also can tell that this thing on the ground, it still sort of has a glimmer of like magic glow to it, but it hasn't been used in some time. It looks like it was probably conjured up like around probably like more than a week ago, maybe possibly a few weeks ago, but whatever magic it used was so powerful that some of it still sort of lingers here. Nothing that can open the portal as it stands, but you know that a very powerful spell was cast here some time ago that opened this portal forcibly. Sovori, Mherren, you see a sort of glyph light up around his hands, and then a red magical slashing goes across you. Does a 11 hit?
No, it does not.
Another slash goes across you. This one is a 19.
It does hit.
You get just 5 slashing damage across you.
Okay, can I hellish rebuke now?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Requires a dex saving throw of 13.
He fails.
Sick. I really suck at damage. 7 damage from that. 7 fire damage. Yeah, as her like scars pulse from the magic being taken from the scale and concentrated, as they flash, her, how did I describe her wings? Sort of broken holy wings spread out, and as they do, as her scars light up, just flame surrounds him.
Perfect. And when that flame clears, he looks unaffected completely.
I hate this man. I'm gonna kill him. I won't, because I need to extract this demon, I guess.
But then,
'Cause I don't know.
strangely, he bursts into flame,
Oh,
and
that's nice.
this flame is like ghostly moving past Mherren and Pebble through the gate,
Oh, shit.
blasting that door open.
Oh shit.
And he reforms
Oh, shit.
himself on the other side. Pebble, that would make it your turn.
I want to use a divine smite. Wait, fuck. I need to think about this. No, yeah, I want to use divine smite. And I want to attack with my longsword. Him, I mean. Natural 20! The normal damage is 11.
11, so 22, and then the Divine Smite.
I will do fucking level 2, which makes it 3d8. 14.
Does appear that it affects him greater than usual. So go ahead and roll
Okay.
that extra d8.
Roll d8. 6.
Ooh.
I think she'd be going for his sort of shoulder. Sort of grunting as she does this and then saying, "You are not a member of this church."
So, are you going for non-lethal or not?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you slam your sword into his shoulder and it like cuts down almost completely through his arm, and he
Damn!
kind of like flinches and like he like drops the book, but some sort of magic causes it to just like kind of float around him, and he lets out a lot of like icy air into your face as he like sort of exhales a bunch, but then through that the tongue wraps around your head.
Damn it. That's freaky.
Does a 15 hits?
It does not.
It seems that he's in such a weakened state after that blow that doesn't quite like cut you at all. It just like retracts back into him, and he says, "Stop this at once."
You lied to me. Why would I listen to you now?
What did I lie about?
You made me go out and hunt for a sinner that you ended up being. These people, they might not follow the Seldrin Church, and I might not agree with that, but you're demonic. You're exactly what you claim to fight against.
This is all for the greater good, for us.
For the greater good. How?
Some may die, but those important may live.
I'm gonna attack him again then.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
You hit into him, and then it kind of like repels off with magic.
Cool. I'm assuming his armor class is 15 then.
This guy standing by him, speaking to you all, is like, Tavori, stop this. This isn't you. This isn't the man. We knew. He's not moving, unlike the other commoners that are kind of like backing up. Pebble, does a 16 hit?
No.
You feel like something lands on your shoulder. You can feel it through your armor. It seems to... You feel like a clunk against your armor, but when you look, you see that there's a small imp on your shoulder trying to bite through your armor, not quite able to get through it, and you just kind of make eye contact with it as kind of like gnawing against your armor on your shoulder.
I don't want to hurt him. He's precious. Oh, I'll let him gnaw on me. That's okay.
That'll bring us to Shello, who's all the way in the other room.
Shello's kind of missing out on the action here. I'll use my action and dash.
Okay.
Because there's noise, this commotion coming this way. So he's interested in what's happening, if it's entertaining.
So your whole turn?
Yeah, it'll have to be.
I wish I had a little freak to gnaw on my shoulder at all times. Taking applications now.
I'm really not a fan of this guy, let me tell you.
You kill him.
Him and his stupid fucking tongue, dude. I mean, Eldritch Blast. Oh, well, why did you do that?
Yeah, 11 misses.
That fucking sucks. I hate this shit. I'm just gonna get closer, I guess.
I'll make you feel better about yourself. As you cast your Eldritch Blast, you hear sort of muffled, but still sort of loud, kind of almost shaking the ground a little bit, dongs of like a bell, the sort of ringing of what sounds like a church bell, and that maybe throws you off guard, causing you to like shoot into this like the wall instead, missing him. And when like the kind of magical smoke of the Eldritch Blast clears, he's looking down, sort of solemn, very injured as well, but he says, "It is already begun." And Balthazar brings us to you then.
Okay. I'm gonna walk forward to the portal. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna walk forward to the portal, seeing sort of the like what sort of symbols would be on it, as well as
You see the
symbols.
writing is Infernal. Do you speak Infernal?
I don't, but I do have detect language. I'll comprehend languages written on. Okay, I guess I'll put my hand on the portal. What could go wrong there?
Putting your hand on like the arch that has the written text.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's Infernal. And you, as you touch it, the words kind of come to you of what it says. Screams escaped from sinful bodies.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
That sounds ominous. It's not.
Upon sort of discovering this, Balthazar's gonna sort of turn around and try and yell at Pebble.
Don't you literally... Never mind.
Pebble, maybe we don't kill him.
He is the sin that we've been trying to find this whole time. Do you not see that? Mherren was right. We should have listened.
Yep, I understand that, but you remember the other portal we opened a while back?
Yes.
If what I'm comprehending is correct, if he screams in agony as he dies, the portal will open.
That doesn't make sense. So he needs to die for the portal to open.
Correct, but we don't know this one's gonna be fun.
I'm not sure I'm following the logic. I don't know if that's what that means.
Just knock him out.
I'll try, but we know my track record.
Just don't use magic.
I think just for safety, I'll just move away from the portal, I guess.
Okay. By the way, you see that imp is like still trying to gnaw on Pebble's shoulder.
It's fun.
Yeah. Perhaps Balthazar, in his slightly intoxicated, impulsive state, he may like chuckle at it a bit until he feels a gnawing on his shoulder that actually breaks skin.
Oh no! Oh no!
It got a 12, which is one above your armor class.
What the fuck?
It's small though. It only does 1 damage to you. 1 piercing damage as its little teeth break skin, almost like a cat biting you. However, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Sure thing.
Down, boy, down.
14.
Cat bites aren't too bad.
14.
It's
Okay,
the
then you're
scratches that are rough.
you feel like this thing is trying to like it seems weird. It hasn't let go of your shoulder yet as it like bit into you. It seems like it could have done more to you, but you seem to succeed as some like greenish snot like liquid is kind of dropping from its mouth surrounding your wound.
I didn't know they could
I
do
can't
that.
wait for us all to die.
I'm like looking for my items, like, do I have a handkerchief to give him?
TPK.
Because of the little guy?
Yeah, he's got like snot like looking stuff.
Yeah, the 1
like, he's
damage.
Okay.
I think the TPK is more. These guys probably have like a cold or something, and we might catch it.
Yeah.
Just
And
because we don't know
we
what
might
they're
be, like,
doing.
out of commission for a while.
Pebble, being next to Silvori, you see that his hand that's casting spells quickly grows like claws, like the fingernails grow, and he like grabs at you. You kind of like move yourself back, and it misses, just kind of scratching against your armor, and then he turns away from you and towards Mherren, takes like a step forward. He then slams the claw down towards Mherren, doing a 23 to hits. The damage is 8 slashing as this he redirects this claw to you, going like across your chest. But he's swinging his arm around like sort of weakly. Everyone must leave. We're already done.
No.
Pebble's your turn.
Oh boy. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really think this guy is gonna scream and suddenly I have a feeling the portal's gonna open whether or not this guy screams. But first order of business, I wanna knock this little fella off my shoulder.
Okay.
I'd probably just hit him, like, smack him with my hilt, because it would be really awkward to, like, do anything else, I think. But
Hit him like he's a fly. Or a mosquito.
yeah.
Like a mosquito.
Anyway, does a 26 hit this little
Yes.
guy? I'm gonna
Not a
obliterate
shot.
him. He's gonna turn into a fine red mist.
It's literally going to be a
10.
mosquito.
10 damage.
Yeah, you smack him off, and he like flaps its wings. Kind of one of them now has like a hole in it, and is like kind of like
Oh.
the other wing is kind of carrying up more, and he's kind of like tilted as he's flying around.
Look what you did.
He was almost like laughing, but then when you hit him, he like quickly shut up. He's just like flying there, giving you like an evil stare.
I don't know if I should attack Silvori or this little freak, but I kind of want to just eviscerate the little freak. I'm not gonna lie. Although that's probably a bad idea, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit Silvori. I am going to try and do non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, then I'm gonna deal 6 damage. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Yeah, you kind of slash Silvori in the back. And he like falls to like one knee. Pebble, can you make a Wisdom saving throw?
I sure
Cool.
can. 19.
The imp yells at you, "Grovel!" And you just stare at it blankly.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy.
This kind of slaps his knee in the air, and he's like, "Ah!"
That
Shello.
usually works.
Hello, it's your turn.
So, hearing all the fantastic things that are happening around the corner.
Yeah, you can hear
Such as-
muffled words and stuff. You can probably kind of make out what people are saying, but you also hear like combat and such.
I'll come around the corner.
Going around the
Oh.
corner, you see Pebble Mherren surrounding this demonic man. Kind of gives the impression of Silvori, but maybe not quite sure if it's him or not. Wearing the same clothes at least. He's on one knee, looking down. Seems very wounded, and there's like some imps that are kind of like flying around Balthazar and Pebble. Some other like random people look very tattered and tired within this room as well.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash down to there.
Okay.
Hello, gang. It's me, Shello.
I will swing. Ooh, a lovely 17.
That does hit.
I want to use my bardic inspiration for that.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna attack him. Shello hasn't been told that we're not killing this guy.
Yeah, you already hit him.
No, he hasn't.
9 and then plus.
Be 11 with sneak
Uh,
attack. You get sneak attack since your allies are next to him.
Oh, true. A 6. And then that's also added to my armor class because I'm doing the defensive flourish.
What is the total damage there?
That's 17 damage.
Swinging your scimitar down at him, he holds his hand up, and you slice through it, cutting some of these talons he's grown out of his fingers off, just slicing clean through his fingers as he pleads for his life. "Please guide my people to safety. Is this lethal or non-lethal?
So he's killing it.
Okay. Yeah, your scimitar goes right into the middle of its head, cracking right through the head, and the eyes go lifeless. His hands still gesturing to the people in the room.
I'm
Were
so
his-
confused
Oh,
by
no.
this guy.
Wait, those were his people.
Doing anything else, Sheldon?
Wait, not. Oh yeah. I guess turn to the rest of the group and say,
You see, I did it. I attacked him with the rest of you.
Yeah, you did, Shello. She looks very worried. Is this imp still kicking? What's he?
The imps are still flying around, and after Slavori dies, they start laughing. Just like flying around laughing.
Oh no.
Rock Lady, you have got a new a pet with you.
This is not my pet. I don't really know why he's still here.
And your bird creature
The
seems
imp
to have
will
changed.
take an attack of opportunity on you.
"That's good."
The 16 hit
Yes.
with your added armor class from.
Oh no.
Yeah, with your defensive flourish, you're able to sort of dodge out of its way, maneuvering around.
It would seem you've gathered new friends while I was away.
Yeah, this thing is definitely not friends of me. It's biting me.
Well, good friends bite.
That's true. I bite all the time.
I have
Please
been
don't.
bitten by a good friend before.
I bite
Guys,
my
please don't bite your friends.
What? Bullshit. I'm gonna bite my friends and you can't stop
I
me.
don't bite people. We still got these two imps, so I suppose I should help. I guess I'm just gonna get a little bit closer and how big are the imps? Are they pretty tiny?
Yeah, probably about as big as like your hand.
Okay, then I suppose I'll do my halberd. Oh, 13.
If you roll the nat 1.
13 hits.
Almost. Oh shit. 13 damage.
How do you want to kill this?
I squish it like a mosquito. Like, you know the flat edge of the halberd, pretty much? Like where the
Yeah.
axe head is? Just smack it right against
Yeah,
it.
it tries to like fly out of the way, then you like hit it, try to swing at it again, flies out of the way again, hit it again, but then finally you get it, and it's always such like a great feeling when you actually are able to like kill the bug with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to fly, guys. Don't worry about it.
Anything else?
And then I'm gonna step over its tiny body and go down here and also just try and fly swat this one.
Okay,
There's a 15.
that hits.
Beautiful. 11 damage.
11, you swing at it and like seems to leave like a big gash across it, like part of its body is like all mangled now, but it's still flying, still hanging in there.
This is when you just feel pity for it, you know? It's like, I just mangled you. You shouldn't be alive anymore. I apologize for
Yeah,
the last
it's like
few
when you
seconds
like
to be alive.
try to smash a bug, but you only get like half its body and it still starts moving around.
Yeah, and then you have to go back and like you gotta press down and push your hand away so that it just completely spills its guts everywhere. Yeah, not fun times. Don't kill bugs, guys. Just get them away from you.
I always release bugs, spiders especially, because I love spiders.
I would like to. I just I have a instinctive fear that I can
That's fair.
go back to base instincts.
Yeah, what weapons do I have on me? What's something to perfectly kill this little shit? I can use my sickle. Yeah, I'll use the sickle to slash at this little fucking thing.
No, fireball.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. I am impulsive.
Use firebolt.
Firebolt would be more reasonable.
No, but if it's fucking on my arm, I may as well save a spell slot.
It's fucking on your
Actually, no, it's a
armor?
fucking cantrip.
Fucking like demon things, they're like warm-blooded, aren't they?
I'm assuming they're hot-blooded.
Yeah. So that means
Aren't you also
Frost
hot-blooded?
damage.
Well, I know, but
Cut
it was
it
a
open.
demon joke.
I mean, you say, but
I just mean for Balthazar, he's also warm.
He's cold on the inside.
Ever
They
since his wife
should.
died, he's become a reptile.
If I've learned anything about temperature differences, I'm gonna use frostbite on him.
Okay.
So 9 damage.
What's the DC?
The first one.
The Constitution save?
DC is 16.
Rolls a 18.
What the I'm gonna do it again with the braces.
Frostbite it. It like, with its mangled body, flies out of the way. Again. Rolls a natural 20.
Fuck off.
You're trying to spray it with ice, and it's just like fluttering out of the way.
Would I be able to sort of just inspect sort of the wound?
The wound on it, or the wound on you?
On me.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
22.
Yeah, looking at it, it appears that its bite, it can unleash some poison into your bloodstream. It seems like it's not a very potent poison, so it's kind of, it seems easy to save from. Not any lingering effects to it. It would just do like additional damage.
Awesome. Oh, so like whenever it attacks, it does additional damage.
Yes. So it's not
So I didn't
gonna
know
like
if
give you a status condition or anything.
So I'm not gonna have to say the next question of how much, what am I rolling and how much damage do I take? That should be fine. Then I will end my turn.
Yeah, well that does bring it to the imp's turn, and you see that it touches its hand to its chest, and its body slowly becomes invisible.
Oh shit.
I hate these things. This is just like a fly for real.
Pebble, you begin to notice that the book Silvori was holding in his hands, that is now dropped to the ground, and this puddle of blood begins to like lift up,
Oh, great.
and you hear some giggling coming from it as the pages start like flipping. You all see close to the portal, on like the other side of it on the wall, opens up a small round portal. Mherren, you'd actually recognize it as looking similar to the one you like accidentally stepped through the other day, but it opens up and it looks like it's somewhere within the church. You don't really see anything, but you hear the most blood-curdling scream, multiple actually,
Yet.
and you see blood begin to drip onto the ground that the portal sort of faced at. It seems to be like in between two of the pews, and then you see a severed hand fall into like the portal and like falling through into the room you all are in. You see that the archway begins to open up into its own portal. Fire on the other side, cracks on the ground begin to increase. The cracks like going along the walls now, and like going into like the ceiling, and like the whole room starts to like crack with like molten fire. Waiting on the other side of this portal is a person, red skin, black hair, female looking, that steps through.
Ooh.
She's just sort of like angrily looking around the room. Eyes Silvori dead on the ground. Emotion kind of unflinching, but then looking at the rest of you. And she says, "State your business."
I am Shello, the juggling ant boy. And you are?
"My name is Boobob."
Boobob? Okay.
He found one of
Okay,
his sticky notes, guys.
B-U-B-A-U-B.
You should state your business.
"Have you slaughtered Silvori?
Yes, I believe that was me.
For what reason?"
Everyone else was doing it.
If all your friends jumped off a bridge.
No, if he jumped off a bridge, he's bringing his friends with him. It's the other way around.
"Give me a good reason before the rest of you are slaughtered as well."
Silvori was holding people captive. He was... she was about to say demonic and then sort of catches herself. He was lying to us, deceiving us.
Yes, he said something about wanting to keep some people down here, but he said that they all would be gone by the time we came through.
I don't think that the portal was meant to be opened. We didn't intend on opening it. You might be ahead of schedule.
No, we are behind schedule. Savori has kept us waiting. I guess I see now why. He was meant to open the portal on the chime of the church bell when the job there is complete.
I am starting to think we should not tell this person anything about ourselves or...
So tell me about
Oh,
yourselves
you mean the
then.
person that just came through the portal?
Well, I am
the
Shello.
portal similar to the other portal that we went through and had issues with? You're thinking that we shouldn't talk to this person that came through the portal?
I'm a little bit shocked at the fact that everyone else is just like, hey...
I'm trying to make sure
I
they
don't
don't
notice, but Mherren's been silent.
There's already people in this room. I'm trying to make sure that we're not affiliated.
Can I turn to the commoner beside me and... So what is your business here?
He looks terrified, doesn't answer.
So what, you killed Savori to save these people? That's what I'm getting?
She sort of grimaces.
Balthazar still like being like partially like buzzed. He's just gonna shrug his shoulders. Have you ever had like that face like your like a father will like give you like if like you asked him something he's just being a smart ass, just not answering, just being I don't know. That sort of face. Uh-oh.
Tight-lipped grin.
No, it's like, oh no. The
She
me
takes
line
a
to see my
step
distance.
forward and she looks at Pebble. Pebble, can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I guess. How's a 15?
Pebble, she looks at you and she says,
I've had enough. This is serious. Tell me now, what is your entire purpose?
Pebble, you feel compelled to tell her.
We were... Fuck. We were here to find out who in the church was sinning to cause, imps to start flooding the town, and we discovered Silvori and the people held captive while we were here. And then she sort of looks confused, like why the fuck she said that. They were friends of Silvori's, people he worshipped with before he moved to the Seldrin Church.
Ah, so you don't even know.
No, I don't.
Interesting.
Can you please explain anything? What your purpose is, maybe?
He sort of looks like she's thinking to herself. Actually, make a persuasion check.
Oh, hell yeah. If I bat my eyelashes, can I do it with advantage?
I think you made that exact same joke last
Yeah.
Did I actually? Fuck! That's a 10.
I think you say these things a lot.
I will let you roll at advantage though.
Oh, nice. Because I'm
I was gonna do that anyway, but
Oh, okay.
you spoke over me.
Oh shit, my bad. 6. So that's a 10.
That's rough, so it's just still a 10.
And she's looking around at the ceiling, thinking to herself, and she kind of smirks.
All you need to know is that Savori, he was a worshipper of their faith. This, bleating man, whatever the hell that is. From what I understand, his memory was attempted to be erased, at least.
Looking at his dead body, taking another step forward.
Looks like his faith was too strong, and he held on to some of the memory. Seems he wanted you to track down the ones from his faith, but didn't want to tell you his greater scheme. To save them. No, instead, he gave us the ones collected at the church. Said he'd make sure they would all stay put there for when we came.
Why would he hold them captive if he wanted to save them?
Our little imps bring out the sinful nature of man. Needed the screams of the sin to open the gate. Savori made a deal with us that he would gather ones to harvest sin from, but he wanted to protect his own. And the safest spot to keep them out of the way, I guess, was down here. His plan was to get them out of town before we showed up. You seemingly got in the way. And with Silvori out of the way, this is now our town.
What
Are
do
we
you mean
gonna do
your
anything
town?
about this? But
I mean, does she have a permit or?
Does she look like, just looking at her, can I tell if she'd whoop my ass? Like, would she just destroy me in a fight?
Make an investigation.
Cool. On it, boss. 3.
huh?
All you can really get from her, she's holding a well, she has this red skin, horns, very, very devilish appearance. She's holding a spear. It doesn't look like a special spear of any kind. The weapon she's holding doesn't seem like it's anything special, but you're unsure what she's capable of just herself.
Cool.
You all are in luck,
Why?
because I'll let you go.
Thank you very much.
What about all the other people in the church? All the worshippers?
They're already dead.
All of them?
They're dead.
That was very quick.
I was very attached to those girls that I met.
This whole town is ours. So spread the word. This town is now the domain of the Hells.
And that is spelled with a capital H?
HE double hockey sticks.
Oh, goodness.
What the hell's is a hockey stick?
I believe you use it to pick up food.
Why do I feel like this is a situation that we're not going to leave?
Do I
unchecked?
still have the compulsion to tell the truth, or am I done with that?
It's not to tell the truth, it just seems like you have to listen to what she tells you to do.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
I'm so glad I'm not the impulsive one anymore.
good thing I am.
Yeah.
Are we in combat?
If you're going to do something, it'll put us in the combat.
Yeah.
So yes.
What is Balthazar doing?
Impulsion goes crazy.
He's gonna... Let's look at the list.
Please don't use fire things. I'm begging.
Oh god, yeah.
Please.
No.
Please use only
Fireball!
Yeah, just blows everyone up and she leaves unscathed.
Shoot a fireball through the portal.
TPK, but Balthazar kills
I'm gonna
us.
try something I don't think I've done yet. I'm gonna use chromatic orb.
Oh.
I'm gonna use
I
it
don't
at
think you
level
have used
4.
that.
Peer
No,
upon
it's-
my orb.
So this is something I do have to roll for the hit.
Wait for that. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative. Do a
Yay.
new initiative.
Yo!
Ooh, that's rough. It was so close to a nat
Wow.
22.
I know,
Yeesh.
but it's still high initiative.
Wait, a natural 22?
What?
No, because if I'd gotten an, I was like 19 plus I got a +1 to my
Hey,
initiative.
Balthazar,
so
yeah,
it's
you have a 20, so you go before her before she can react. So go ahead and do that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it's choose a damage type. All right. Oh my god. I'm gonna go for cold.
Make it a little chilly.
So that's to hit.
27 hit.
So it's cold damage as well. Fuck. 8? Really?
Is that with
Wait,
what,
that didn't
3?
That didn't do it right. What
You
the
sure?
fuck?
No,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
because it's-
3d8.
That's. Oh yeah, for cold damage, yeah. That's a bad roll.
Balthazar,
Two
you
ones.
hurl a orb of just cold energy at her, and you quickly realize you chose poorly, as this cold does not seem to really affect her.
Fuck.
If only you had paid attention in the game show. It just like goes across her, doesn't seem to deal as much as you expected, just leaving a little bit of icy residue at her. She doesn't really flinch at it at all, and she sort of glares at you and says,
Do you really want to do this?
See, that's the thing. I'm a little bit impulsive.
He just leans fully into it too. We didn't have the audacity to at least act or be a little staggered by her actions.
He's
you know?
also inebriated. I should probably get distance. I'm gonna go over to this pillar.
Okay.
Stumble over here.
Pebble, what are you doing? You just saw Balthazar throw a ball of ice at this lady, and she seems fairly unaffected.
10, 5. I go here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna divine smite her.
Okay.
Again. Does a 12 hit?
No. Oh wow. Okay, no, it doesn't.
All right. How about a 9?
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
Two
You sure?
swings at her, and she just like holds her hand up to your head, kind of like pushing you back as you're like swinging your arms at her.
God fucking damn it. Okay, well, then I guess it's sanctuary time again. You know me.
We're fighting again, yes?
Seems that way. Yeah.
Okay, very well.
And I'll kind of
Just a quick confirmation.
Yeah, I'll just scooch on by. And I guess I'm gonna attack.
Okay.
With the old scimitar. Oh, 11. Maybe it'll hit after the 12. Ooh, 12.
Does not hit.
Maybe Pebble softened her up. I don't know.
By not hitting her?
Well, yeah, by like because she has her arm out.
Oh, real?
So
Yeah,
that's
I think
15.
I softened her up.
I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
And maybe what kind of I'll have a look at the in through the portal.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. It could be like so hot that it burns off my eyes. 7?
It is very hot as you approach up to it. Looking into it, it appears that the portal's on like a sort of cliff. You can't see much except like the general terrain, which is very like rocky, fiery formations.
And this cliff, if someone were to be pushed through the portal, they wouldn't end up falling off the cliff.
The cliff
right?
isn't like directly on the other side. It's I'm saying that you can't like see down below this cliff except just what's on like
Right.
the horizon.
Okay, that's fine.
It's some like 30 feet away until the actual cliff face. Hand still on Pebble's head.
I really wanted more mouths to be able to spread the word you're king. But, well, you forced my hand.
Other hand goes out to her other side away from Pebble, and a ray of fire just blasts through this gnomish girl's head, just killing her instantly.
Oh my god.
That's
And
what I was
then,
afraid of.
And then taking her hand off of Pebble's head, snaps her fingers and points towards the exit and says,
Now leave.
Okay.
Mherren, it's your turn.
Guess that's what I'm doing.
Fuck.
If she takes an attack of opportunity, I'm suing.
Well, shoot. I haven't gotten the chance to long rest in forever, so I just don't have many things I can do. So I guess I'll form of dread again. I'll transform, and then I guess I'm doing this. I'm stepping up to her and swinging my halberd.
Alright.
Please, please, please. Does a 23 hit?
That does hit.
Thank God. 16 damage, baby.
You slice across her. This is the first time she's like reacted to damage, and they just goes like she sort of grimaces more.
Again. Please, please. 27.
That hits.
Please, max damage. Do it. Okay, that's fine. 13. That's just slightly less than
I mean,
max.
slashing at her again. Same sort of thing. She flinches at this as well.
How tall is she?
She's a little bit shorter than you, about the same height as Pebble, so like 6 foot something.
Fuck yeah. Mherren wins. Soon.
You could hold her head with your hand and stop her from attacking you.
Yeah,
She
for sure.
succeeds on the check to see if she's right, by the way.
I'm gonna hit her with something else this time. I'm gonna fire bolts at them twice using the racers. Does a 18 hit?
No.
We'll try for the second one. It's an 18 hit.
2 firebolts hit into her very heavy armor and just kind of like go around her, not affecting her. Pebble, onto you.
Do I have to take all my movement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mherren, do you take an attack opportunity against Pebble?
Bitch, don't.
No, I don't.
Okay.
And then I need.
I probably should, because
What?
that might help knock you out of it, but
Oh my god. Well, I guess I'm over here now.
I can't even see you.
I
You're
can't-
gone.
I can't see anything that's going on.
I want to use counter charm, but I'm not sure how far apart everyone is. Okay. I'd like to go here. During this time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. I just want to use healing word on myself.
Okay.
Oh,
Which the people in this room are running out to leave.
oh, they probably shouldn't do that.
Baboob, looking at you, Mherren, kind of looking a little bit up to you. She just kind of like makes kissy lips at you and then like moves her head forward and is like,
Go ahead, follow her.
Did I ever get charmed?
no.
Okay. Mherren's just kind of gonna look at her like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, she leans back a little bit with just this disgusted scowl on her face.
Or I'll have fun with you and still have time to chase down those peasants.
That's all she's doing. Mherren, what are you doing?
Oh. This is gonna. What was the one lady's name? This is gonna be another Lyra situation, where she just doesn't attack and we just keep attacking.
I don't know about we.
I need to collect my ant and wizard.
I mean, I think you only need to collect the wizard.
That's true. I imagine you'd just come with. Well, Mherren's just gonna reluctantly take a step back, just sort of still eyeing her, and then walk over to Balthazar. And we already know the song and dance. Mherren's just gonna lift him up. The hold she's going for is like the princess hold, you know?
Yeah.
Not the sack of potatoes hold.
No, it's
Tweak you
the
off
over
your
the
feet.
shoulder.
No, she could do that. I think she has done that.
The Balthazar's not fighting.
Hold on. No.
Okay.
It's second nature now. It just
I said if it was head I would, but it got tails.
Yeah, you and these commoners like get over to this room the stairwell leads down to. You all get up here to leave when you hear loud like stomping coming from the top of the stairs, and you begin to see a giant red form of something walking down.
Oh, Jesus. What the hell?
Sort of
We can't
What
see.
is
Don't
that?
spoil it.
Cracking
I
the
can't see.
stairs as it walks down, and you see
Oh.
that it's holding the carcass of the 2 oldest nuns. Just with both hands, just holding their dead bodies, and like brings one of them up and just fully like chomps down and rips half its body, half her body, and like limbs and things are like falling to the ground. And it just looks at you as it gets to the bottom of the stairs and just stares at you with like dead eyes, just like mist escaping its mouth as it breathes heavily, just like
Mouth breather.
He's got a little snack.
no, that's not okay.
it's sort of
Are you
is-
gonna attack him?
it's sort of blocking the way up, and
I
then
don't
it kind of
know
like
if that's a smart
scoots
idea.
out of the way, letting you go through.
He like steps to
let
the
me
side,
scoot
breathes
right
in his
past
tummy.
you.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I guess I'm doing that. I don't really know what else I can.
It sort of scans the other people as well as they all like hurriedly run behind you, kind of like very very close to you, like seeing you as like a person to protect them.
We aren't on our way towards the capital. If you wish for us to spread your message in the capital, perhaps it would be best to find a group who is on their way there. That way it would be perhaps more timely.
Silence, small imbecile. The word will
Well,
reach
that's
regardless.
unnecessary.
I'm not an imbecile, I'm an ant.
I'm gonna get going.
Yep.
Oh, we never went over there. Okay. Oh well.
You all escape this mausoleum.
As they go past, Mherren pointedly does not look at the creature or the corpses.
Oh, I like
You're
the
afraid?
the place. Nice
No.
and toasty.
She is mourning. She did like the people in the church.
Leaving the graveyard, you'll like see flames in the distance, red things flying in the air, screams from within the town. It seems the whole place is in a blaze, and there's currently this massacre going on of more of these like big red demonic creatures just like smashing people and like destroying houses. Doesn't look like a good time.
Do we see any of the people
doesn't.
we recognize, like the girls from before or anything?
Are you making your way to the church to look?
That's probably a bad idea.
Well,
That's
not
definitely
necessarily to
a
the
bad
church,
idea.
like it. Well, because we're just back at the graveyard, right?
Yeah.
Well, can we not see very well into the town? Is
No,
it like
the
purely
church-
behind the church?
Yeah, the church is on like a hill, so you
Okay.
can't like see into it at all.
Well, I mean, isn't our carriage still kind of over there anyway?
It is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Hopefully that's not burned. And this time it's not my fault.
I think we should go to our carriage.
We should find our carriage,
Mhm.
yeah, and get the fuck out. I guess trying to sneak around, stealth.
Hanging out.
I'm walking.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mherren's gonna walk around the outskirts, but not really stealth. She also is
Okay.
still carrying Balthazar.
Is
He just
Pebble
hasn't put
stealthing?
him down.
Well, if no one else is, then no.
Okay. As you all start like walking closer to the town on fire, the people that escaped with you stop you all, and like the main guy speaking for them is like, what are you all doing? Are you going into the town?
Our carriage is there. We don't have any other way to get out of here. I mean, we do, but not to get to where we want to be.
We'll escape through the woods, I guess. I don't know where we're going to go, but going into the town, I can only see death.
I'm so sorry.
I see plenty of fire.
He sort of touches like this wound on his side. He seemed to have gotten like combat at some point, not like any fatal injury or anything, but he like touches like the blood that's kind of like formed on his side, and then puts like his hand onto Pebble's chest, making this like bloodied handprint on your armor. If you willingly go into danger, the bleeding man is watching over you.
Thank you. She looks incredibly uncomfortable, but it's
For every cut, you'll grow stronger. He's kind of getting closer to you, not recognizing that you feel uncomfortable.
She's sort of sweating and takes a slight step back.
The pain will have meaning. He's seeing you take a step back. He kind of looks down and he's like, I'm sorry. Goodbye. I wish you well on whatever your journey is.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for everything.
Doesn't say anything to that and just gathers the rest of them and just like, wait, come, we must escape. And they all just sort of like run out into the woods in a direction away from the town.
Probably a good idea.
As you guys go around the outskirts of the town, just hearing screams as you go, You get to the inn. The entire inn is engulfed in fire. The top of it seems like has already been destroyed by previous fire that may have been raging a little bit for a little bit before this all happened.
Strange.
The entire
Maybe the sun was too bright.
entire stable that your carriage is in is just like on fire, and as you approach, it like kind of like the whole building kind of like collapses, and the only thing left standing is your fireproof carriage.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah, I forgot
That's
about
good.
that.
It seems
Thank God.
these fiends that have overtaken the town have moved on from destroying this building, as it's already pretty destroyed.
The carriage is fireproof. What about what we're using to pull it?
The horse was dripped in fireproof petroleum.
Petroleum. It's one key feature being fireproof.
Yeah, running up to your carriage and hopping on, you do see that the two horses are dead.
No! Well, gang, do we have 10 minutes? Because I gotta summon Boulder. I'm gonna get started on that now.
Oh,
Yeah, I probably
Do we have-
should.
Do we have enough time to like just pull the carriage, put it in neutral and push?
Let's get a game plan. What direction are we heading in?
Out?
Would we be able to take a short rest, maybe?
We already did.
I was about to ask, do I have to take a point of, do we have to take another point of exhaustion? Or I have to take another, they have to take one?
No. Are you guys taking a short
Thank
rest right
God.
now?
I would
Yeah.
like to.
I mean, I
I'm
guess.
okay.
Hiding in the carriage.
I would get my singular
30
spell
minutes?
slot back.
Yeah.
And during that time, if I'm able to, if it's morning and I can manage my spells, then am I able to?
Pretty sure you guys have to take a long rest to prepare spells.
Do we?
Yeah, I don't think you can just do it in one day.
So then what?
Then we're as the common phrase goes, fucked.
We're parked.
Oh, give me a second. I don't
Are we
fucking
gonna
know.
sleep in the fire?
Could be a bit toasty.
I honestly have no fucking clue. I'm worried.
I feel like find steed's something that we might need.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know how we get it because I don't really know if we're gonna be able to get a long rest unless we run away and leave our carriage or risk dragging it, and then go into the woods and camp. And then my thought is either we leave our carriage here and risk it getting destroyed and go into the woods and camp out and then come back with Boulder, or we try and risk bringing our carriage outside of the city and getting destroyed by demons. I'm assuming we're not like.
Peanut,
Yeah.
there wouldn't happen to be any farm animals on the farmland.
Do you want to make a perception check?
Yes, please.
That's actually really smart. Not that I didn't expect it
4.
to be. Oh, God.
From where you are, you can't get a good look of the farmland.
Perhaps if we are in need of a locomotion, there could be a large beast in somewhere around here. Or maybe we could go back to the underground area and ask that large red fellow if he would help us.
I was just thinking that, but I wasn't gonna say anything. But like a large beast. What do you mean? Something like a. Like when you say beast, are you using a Shelloism or are you actually referring to a beast?
I'm not expecting there to be a very large version of me out there.
But do you, I mean, I guess maybe the
Creature.
The farm could have some animals. If we could go
animal.
check. So then can I also make a perception check?
If you want, you can make a perception check.
How's a 10?
And you do see that the farm across from you can see that there's a pen of animals that seem to be on the outskirts of the town that doesn't really seem to be as affected from like the fire spreading or even the demons getting to it.
How big are these animals? Like what
Like
sort
you
of
see,
size?
you see like cows, stuff like that. It's hard to tell from where you are though.
Bigger or smaller than a bread box?
What? How big do you think a cow is?
Smaller
I
than
don't
a
know.
bread
Well,
box.
what if
Can
it's a
we
baby
go
cow?
over?
Yeah. Mherren, Balthazar, Shello and I are going to go check that farm and see if there's anything that could pull the carriage. If you need to stay here, I think we should at least have one person watching over it.
I'm not
Uh,
filling up to animal wrangling.
I am. My head's starting to hurt. I'd rather not deal with more crap.
I wish Sana were here to use her druid powers to get us one of those cows. all right, whatever. Let's go.
Well,
Let's go. We should probably try and stay out of sight. I imagine.
are there demony creatures?
Make a perception check. Natural 20. You're seeing these devils flying through buildings, setting them on fire, just slaughtering people. They don't seem too concerned with really even taking prisoners. People look like they try to surrender and they're just killed. The guards are fighting back, but they're just not trained enough for this. But it seems centered closer to where the town is more populated and closer to the church. It seems like through some means these cracks have formed through the town, opening up into the hells so that these demons can fly out through the city, not necessarily having to go through the archway portal itself. It's like it unstably just broke out through the entire town. Flames also coming up from these cracks in the ground, lighting buildings on fire, just making all sorts of chaos. Seemingly with the intent to just kill all the people within the town. So yeah, it seems like as long as you stay on like the outskirts of town, you should be out of sight of these things.
If we avoid where people typically are, we may be safe.
All right, sounds sound to me.
Perhaps we could walk with a spring in our step to brighten the day.
Yeah, both of you go ahead and make stealth checks.
God damn it.
Just to stay out of sight, like going from building to building.
All right, how's a 3? Oh, sorry, a 2. I didn't realize my first roll was even worse.
Oh no.
Still 24. With the two of you, it kind of evens out a bit. You're not being stealthy, you're not making a show of yourselves. It just seems like you guys are trying to get over there, not really hiding yourselves, but not making a lot of noise either, and like bringing attention to yourselves. Luckily, they aren't really paying attention to these areas, like I said, so that is enough to get over there and get to this barn. And once you get to it, you notice that there actually are like a group of like 4 horses in here, as well as like 2 cows. There's like a chicken pen. There's some goats.
All right, so we should grab some chickens to pull the carriage, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, at least 1 or 2 pens of chickens.
Yeah, because it takes a lot to carry a carriage.
Yeah, I don't want to be ridiculous. We need to convince these animals to come with us, or do they have reins on them already?
It seems they have reins. It seems they're trained horses.
Okay.
They have like saddles on them.
Perhaps I could politely take the reins of one of them.
I'll take another because we need to, right?
Ask it to come with us.
Yeah, as you guys are leading it back, they seem to get a little bit spooked from the fire. The fire's not like too close to them, but they can see it in the distance, and they're getting a little spooked. Can both of you make animal handling checks?
Yes.
I was gonna say, would I be able to cast animal friendship?
Sure.
So I cast animal friendship at level 2.
It gets a 6. The other one gets a 6.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll at advantage for animal handling then.
Okay.
How about you can roll again as well?
Okay, hopefully I'll get a natural 20 and make it worth my while.
Nice.
Nope.
I got a 21 and 19.
So 19.
Okay. You two calm it down, and you guys begin getting it over there. These things are making it a little bit slower and easier to spot, I would say.
Yeah, I think we just go the same way then.
Go ahead and make stealth checks again. Bello, this
Okay,
time, just do a straight roll.
Yeah. Ooh. Dirty 20.
I got 6 and 10.
Still kind of evening it out. You start going through an open spot, like past like the bridge where it's like easier to see you all. You're just kind of trying to focus on your destination and get there. Then finally, once you get there, you breathe a sigh of relief, realizing nothing saw you. Nothing is it seems like nothing is going for you currently. Getting these tied up to the caravan here, you guys are now set to leave.
Mherren is not taking the reins.
Well, then Pebble is.
Okay. Pebble, are you just speeding out, or are you gonna try to do so slowly and stealthily?
Fuck. Does it look like there's a path that I could just sort of be like slow and steady and avoid demons? Do I see anything like that?
Make an investigation check.
Perfect. All right, how's a 15?
You guys are at the inn, which is at like the start of the town. It seems like your best bet is to just go back out from where you came, go like across that bridge, and leave out the front of town, and then get to like the crossroads you guys saw.
All right, then I guess I'm gonna do. Is there any cover, or is it just kind of an open? It's just
This
like
is
an
completely open, however.
Okay, then I'm gonna run as fast as. I'm gonna make the horse giddy up, gallop.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20.
3.
No.
Fuck.
We lost 3 horses.
No!
As
God,
you,
I didn't get
as
a
you
blood.
speed out, those of you in the back of the caravan looking out, you see that it seems like some red thing in the sky that you see like in the smoke seems to be following in your direction.
No,
Didn't that thing die?
What?
I got 21 to hit, though if it's at disadvantage, because it's too far away.
again.
I got a 20,
Hey.
a dirty 20.
That does seem to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh.
Okay,
Good job.
sharpshooter.
Ho ho ho!
Oh, 2. Nice.
Let's go.
You shoot it out. You don't see the arrow fall back to the ground. You seem to have hit it, but it's just so far away you can't really tell anything. It still seems to be following.
We're just speeding away. I guess I'm holding on tight.
Yeah.
But can you roll another d20?
I sure can.
Please succeed.
Flash roll d20. How's a 15?
15 horses.
15? We don't have that many to give.
We're in horse debt.
Pebble's going at a pretty steady pace, fairly fast. This thing, however, seems to be keeping like the same distance, not making any ground, not backing off at all.
Fuck it, I'll shoot it again.
Okay. Make another attack at disadvantage.
13.
This time, it just seems like you get nowhere near it.
Oh, that's good.
Pebble, roll another d20.
Hell yeah, brother. How's a natural 20 sound?
Okay, now at this point, you get to the like crossroads you guys saw where you first started going towards Greytown. Your options are either to, well, one, your option is to go off road. That's always an option. But the 2 directions it goes are back from whence you came, in the direction towards the capital, or you can go in the direction of Ilboro.
Probably Ilboro. I mean, definitely Ilboro, right? Guys?
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I guess.
You like drift around the corner and then go in that direction, and you all see that the red blur in the sky begins to fade, and you seem to have lost it.
You pull the horse
trail.
handbrake.
Before Mherren gets the chance to say anything, because she knows something about the towns, she's just completely smacked to the side because of how sharp the turn is.
Yeah, you guys begin going down a road that seems to border between the Portents Forest and the Isles Bay. So you're going like here. That'll take you through to the town of Ilboro. From your estimations, it seems that depending on how well you travel, it could be a night before you get there, possibly. Once you guys get out of like the range of Greytown, you kind of stop seeing the smoke going in this distance. Is Pebble gonna keep driving, or are you guys gonna camp out? What are you sort of doing?
What time is it?
It had been morning, so at this point it's probably like the early AM, probably like 8 a.m, 9 a.m. However, you
Okay.
guys did not sleep the night before.
Yeah. I'm just worried about our circadian rhythm, you know.
As long as the hills and also the forest is not being raised in this direction, we may perhaps spend a while to recuperate. You all seem very peculiar today.
I guess we're taking a long rest then, camping out somewhere.
Thank God. I haven't had rage for days.
Who's looking for a good place to camp out? Pebbles,
use-
who's driving, or
That's a
someone
survival
is
check,
someone in
isn't it?
is someone in the back wanting to look out and help Pebble?
I can use my special.
I would
to
like
assist.
to help.
Then Mherren, you can go ahead and make a survival check at disadvantage.
Okay, a 12. That's still not terrible.
It's hard to tell. Obviously, you don't know these devils' plans of if they plan to leave the town to spread elsewhere, but you can spot, like, in the forest, there seems to be like good cover from like the direction of the road. You guys can like go a little bit further, camp out at like the beach, kind of an open area, but also a bit off the road. Or you can just like camp out directly like on like next to the road, not really in cover or anything.
Methinks that the forest would be best.
I agree.
That would
Yeah,
probably be
I-
nice, yeah.
Plenty of shade.
Balthazar's like he's like holding his head, seemingly starting to get his hangover.
Man just like pats his back.
Similar to when we camped out in the middle of getting to Greytown, right? I assume anyway, unless Mherren is
I don't really
taking
remember.
the opportunity to sleep inside of the caravan.
I would like to sleep
think-
in the caravan.
No,
well, the thing was,
Mherren
Mherren couldn't
is-
fit with everyone, right?
Oh yeah.
Is
So
it
Mherren
raining?
just slept outside.
Is it raining?
It's not currently raining where you are.
Okay. I think because Mherren has so many points of exhaustion that Mherren should sleep in the fucking.
No, that doesn't even matter. Mherren's already climbing out of the carriage. It does not matter. She's just gonna sleep outside anyway.
In shock of the events happening, you quickly get out of Greytown, pull to the side, going into the forest, and just trying to get a bit of a shut-eye, a bit of a just resting your bodies so you can continue your travel safely. Shello, you're keeping watch, right?
I'm looking out.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
What do I perceive with my anti-eyes with a dirty 20?
You're hearing faint, like, screams still for a few hours before they stop.
That's good.
At some point, a couple hours go by, you see like a bunch of caravans, will look like armored and such. Not like super heavily armored, but you can spot through the trees people on it that seem to be ruffier looking people that have seen battle. A few of these caravans like are speeding down in the direction of Greytown.
They're coming from like Lupin Pine.
Yeah, coming from like that direction from the way you're going. You don't see any vehicles going the same way you guys are going, however. Just occasionally you'll see like one of these speed by. It seems like every few hours another one will like go by, but they begin to get less and less frequent as the hours go by. Occasionally you'll hear like a blast in the distance, something like that. Never sounds like it's getting closer to you. You just hear
They're
it in the
just
distance towards Greytown.
Kind of claiming the general area around Greytown then.
it seems timed with the time it would take for these sort of military caravans to travel there. It seems like
And blown up.
possibly. You're honestly you're not quite sure. The sky kind of gets a little bit darker from like the smoke spreading. However, you think it's strange because you're not quite up north enough for it to be cold enough for this, but it seems like some light snowfall is starting. But no, it seems more like ash, just slightly blowing through the wind in your direction. The ash of homes and the people was once the small traveler's pit stop of Greytown. The ashen wind now a omen in and of itself for these warriors coming from the direction further north, for the devils that now lie in wait at that town. Shello, you are unsure of the levels of success these people are having, but the new plumes of smoke forming every time a new caravan goes by does not give a good sign. But while you're keeping watch, you do get this strange feeling you're being watched yourself, looking in deeper into the forest. It's dense, hard to make out things. You see animals occasionally, but it almost feels like you can see a figure of what looks like a man in the distance, kind of subtly behind a tree, watching, and you can almost make out the shimmers of crimson on them in the sunlight. You try to look closer, it's like they go behind the tree and vanish, and you're not sure. Probably just your mind playing tricks on you, your memories of Elmer, who you always thought was there watching you. Your memory back at the freak show of sometimes knowing he was there watching you, just silently. And now that you no longer feel like you're being watched, it feels like there's a void there. There's something missing. You feel more alone in this moment, or perhaps something more divine has its eyes on you, protecting you in your travel. After a sort of like day of rest here, you all can take a long rest.
Thank God.
And also prepare what spells you would like. And also,
what will I choose?
Balthazar, can you make a charisma saving throw?
Okay, I'll see if I'm still gonna be a mischievous little scamp. Okay, I'm clear, I think.
Yeah, Balthazar, you seem it's not like you don't necessarily feel a charm escape you. You just you don't really feel anything. You just kind of go back to normal.
I feel like shit. I'm hungover.
Now you guys have escaped that situation. I'll let you know, if you had failed that, this would have been permanent.
That's awesome.
That would.
Damn.
I'm so glad that I know that now, and I didn't fail.
Permanent as in
earlier.
you wouldn't be making this check every 24 hours. You'd have to have like a remove curse spell, basically.
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant I'm just
it's not
permanently
as
fucking
bad.
impulsive.
Perhaps before people awaken, I'd like to go over to the carriage and use telepathy on Pebble.
Rock Lady.
What? Oh, hey, Shello.
Rock Lady, what is the point of your faith?
What do you mean?
You seem so blindly to follow your faith.
Because I believe in what my God believes in. She helped me through everything, and I need to repay that with my faith.
You say that, though you seem so willing to cause harm to the leader of your faith earlier.
He was not the leader of my faith.
You were so smitten with the idea that what he told you was true, no?
That's before I learned he was a demon. Or whatever he is.
You were unable to trust him anymore, yes?
Yeah, he deceived me. He was part of that cult. He wasn't just the leader of a Seldrin church. There was more to it.
Pebble, do you believe that the keeper of my friend's death deceived me?
What?
And I'll point over to Balthazar. Do you believe he were to pull the wool over my eyes?
Well, no, he wouldn't do that to you. Why do you think Balthazar would lie to you?
I am unsure. I fear that I do not understand how you can have faith so blindly in someone anymore. To trust so willingly.
I think the alternative is scarier. I might be wrong about who I trust sometimes, but if I don't trust anyone, then I'll lose all of you. Do you understand?
Not entirely. I do not feel I can trust many of you anymore. Though you are still here, I have not lost you. And
Shello is going to reach into his bag of fun trinkets and take out, rummage around, try and find what he's looking for, and take out the Pebble doll, but it has bits of viscera from Elmer's body all over it.
I like the idol, little small wooden carving of the bleeding man. It has like that blood splattered on it now from Elmer's carcass that was shoved into the bag of holding as well.
Very same, yes.
you are still here, which surely means that, as a wise man once said, that the show must go on.
You can't trust us because of what happened with Elmer.
That is true.
But you're going to stay with us.
For the time being, I have not seen my cue to leave yet.
I'm so sorry about Elmer.
It is a very unfortunate loss. A wise ant once said that people kill for many reasons, and sometimes that cannot be stopped. Whether Elmer had passed by our hands or another, he will be with me as well. He would always be there and follow, as a good friend would. And now I suppose I will be keeping him with me.
How long did you have him with you?
From as long as I could remember. In fact, at an early age, I do recall there was this voice which seemed to follow me. It was almost like it was stuck to me in a way, in my head. And not until after some rather eventful happenstances, I learned of the voice's name.
Could anyone else hear Elmer's voice until the other day?
Yes, plenty. He was one of the members of the freak show.
Was he always invisible?
Well, yes, as long as, again, this young ant can remember.
I don't understand. Why did he decide to reveal himself then? Why did he kill that girl?
Oh,
Shello?
because she was not a friend.
But
That is what he said.
but then he attacked us.
Well, yes. You see, on occasion, Elmer would perhaps not think as clearly as myself, or I'm unsure how clear you think. I don't hear your thoughts. And sometimes he would act quite rationally or irrationally and make decisions on other people's behalf, which some people became quite unfond of.
I see. I really am sorry about Elmer. I didn't realize you'd known him so long.
Well, yes, he was my certainly the closest friend in proximity anyway.
Was he always with you, even when we were out and about?
I may not have seen him frequently, but yes, he also would sleep in our abode.
Why did you never tell us about him, Shello? I understand that.
I assumed that he was well known to you until the other day. He was quite popular.
Fuck. Do you know if there's anything we can do to make it up to you, Shello?
I'm unsure what you mean. We are continuing onward. What could be done has passed. I was not harmed in our interaction with Elmer.
I mean, emotionally, Shello. We didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
I'm not sure how you attack that. What? Sorry. What?
Good.
Where are my feelings? I want to kind of pat around my thorax.
They're in your head. The way you feel, Shello. Your emotions. We didn't know that it would hurt we didn't. Let me rephrase this. We didn't know that it would upset you to kill Elmer. We thought he was just a monster.
He may have been a monster. What Elmer would look like. I know Elmer's voice.
What about the girl?
Was she a beast?
No, what? No, but Elmer, despite maybe having good intentions, he killed that girl who had done nothing wrong, who was only there to try and help. And our reaction, I feel, was justified. Maybe not to kill him. I'm so sorry. We shouldn't have gone that far. But in our place, Shello, would you not have done the same?
I do not believe I would. I am Shello.
I think Shello will walk away and ponder how he could be in someone else's position.
Fair.
He's learning empathy.
Well,
It's a
I think
difficult thing to.
he might be thinking about it literally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured.
She sort of sits in the caravan thinking for a really long time, sort of holding her amulet and rubbing it a little. Thinking about both what they did to Elmer and how they hurt Shello, but also about how Shello talked about her blind faith. Sort of cut deep. And then eventually she does fall back asleep.
When you, holding your amulet, going back to sleep, you like move your hand from your chest and notice the red smear from you also accidentally touching the handprint of fresh blood left on your chest from that man, the bleeding man worshiper, perhaps staring at that for a moment, giving you something to think about before finally falling back to sleep.
Yeah.
It's now probably like getting to be nighttime again, since you basically slept during the day. Mherren, you can remove that point of exhaustion, by the way. Is Mherren now taking the reins for the next leg of travel?
I would like that, indeed.
Sure, I suppose so. So a dirty 20.
Yeah, easy day of travel. You don't really pass by much. You see like animals, like deer running about. Nothing out of the ordinary you see as you're driving through. No other vehicles that you're passing by at all. Occasionally you'll see like an abandoned shed out in like the woods or something like that, or you'll see like a boat way out in the water that you can see from where you are. Eventually you start to get a bit tired again. You're kind of like going through the night now. Your sleeping schedule is a little bit like messed up.
Mherren's gonna slow down and just shout back. I'm getting a little bit wary up here. Are you guys all alright if we stop?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's fine.
If I am here, Rock Lady is here, how could I be there when Rock Lady is there?
Now getting like between Greytown and Ilboro, you feel more safe from the portal to hell that opened, at least. Obviously still like the dangers that could come with like the wilderness, but Mherren, go ahead and make a survival check to find a place to camp out.
15.
Okay, yeah, you find a pretty good spot. The forest is starting to get less dense as you move away from the Portent's forest, but yeah, you're able to find a spot among like a clearing between like some trees to park the caravan and get out and make more of like a proper camp setup. Also, I'll ask, do you guys want to fix your sleep schedules while you're here?
Yes, please.
Yes.
That'd probably be nice.
Yeah, so taking some extra time to camp out here to get things like get your inner cycles back on track. You guys have even more downtime then. So what are you guys sort of doing here?
Balthazar is gonna ready like a fire, just like a campfire. Do any of us have an axe to get firewood?
I have a halberd that's pretty close. Well, since we have downtime, yeah. Mherren's gonna look over her things, you know.
Mherren, you notice that from that one grunt-looking fellow for the other devils there, you had gotten the these like gloves with like chains around them. You're practicing with them, and you take like a dagger, some like thrown weapon, and you like toss it, and you notice that the chain like magically like connects to it, like this ethereal chain, and you're able to like pull it back to yourself. And as you do throw it, it goes through some like bushes that it like seems to do damage to as you do that. So you realize that if you throw a weapon with the thrown property, you can recall the weapon, and everything within the line back to you, it'll do damage.
Guys, this is the best thing I've ever gotten.
We might end up with another blown up horse.
We might, because I do have the Javelin of Lightning.
Yeah.
On a failed save, a creature takes force damage equals the damage die on the thrown weapon. So you roll damage equal to the weapon, but I don't think it's going to do the same, like, if it does, like, any magical effects, it's just going to be, like, force damage, not... So it'll just, like,
hey, that's still
roll for the
good damage.
weapon.
It's such a shame that I just got rid of all of my hand axes, too. But I still have several javelins. Less than I originally started with, because I keep not retrieving them, but now that's not an issue. It just does it for me. Which, thank you for doing this, because I specifically remember in the capital, I missed the enchantment that did this. I missed the one weapon that did this.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the butterfly knife.
So this just worked out perfectly.
This is something you have to attune to, however.
Yes. Since we're spending quite a bit of time here, can I attune to it in this time period? Fuck yeah.
You can also, if you want to give anyone else the loot that you've discovered, you also have that.
I gotta look through all the things again to remember what they do.
I guess also just like try and prepare like food just for everyone. Just like using rations, what we'd have for the meal. Just sort of probably like just regaining his energy after being hungover.
Mherren kind of runs her fingers along each thing, just kind of thinking to herself. I don't know who uses potions the most. That's the thing. It's been a while since we've actually needed to use potions.
Been a while for Mherren. Everyone
Yeah,
else uses potions
okay.
constantly.
Okay. Alright, whatever, buddy.
Mherren just gets healed by the rest of us.
Mherren pulls out the Abjur's bangle and sort of just runs over it in her hand before coming over to Pebble. I found these a little while ago, and I'm not exactly sure. It seems like something you would get good use out of.
Thank you.
It sort of gives you like a ward, you know, like the shield. And then Mherren sort of just shuffles away. She's awkward. Just like any video game, she just pulls out the two items, just looking at them, and just has to make a choice between the two, right? She glances over at Balthazar, but heads towards Shello.
Hello. I am deep in thought.
I noticed. Is everything all right?
I'm fine. I'm taking the time to teach my protege how to speak.
Oh, I forgot that it did that. I'm not used to all these things.
You speak.
Anyway.
It is not strange.
Okay. Mherren just sort of like rubs the back of her neck. You know, I have something that I think you could make use of. I don't know. I mean, as we go further up north.
A goodie.
She pulls out one of the rings. It's meant to protect you from the cold.
Shello's gonna put out his hand, but
Which
like
one?
with his fingers, one of them. He's gonna put out his hand out with his fingers out, assuming that you're gonna put the ring on him.
Mherren sort of like hesitates, but she does it. She just puts it on his pointer finger.
Thank you very much, Mherren. It is a wonderful band.
I'm glad you like it. And she shuffles away after that, a little more awkward than with Pebble.
Puts her hands in her pockets, like shoulders up to her neck.
Yeah. She waits a little bit, sort of glancing around everybody, and then back at Balthazar before, after a couple minutes, finally heading over to him. How you feeling?
Yeah, just you know, just going through it.
Aren't we all?
Mm.
I found some things a couple days ago. And I mean, I figured everyone should, you know, get something. I have this. She just sort of awkwardly opens her hand to show a ring on her palm.
Balthazar is going to get the ring and observe it, sort of giving a sly smirk.
Oh my god.
I knew he was gonna
You know-
do some shit.
I knew it too.
You know, usually people don't just sit down and hand this. People usually get on a knee.
Mherren kind of just like flops over her words a little bit, unsure really what to say to that. I'm not. It's a gift, not.
I'm kidding. It's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. It's supposed to be able to hold healing potions and give you the effect whenever you call on it.
Mm.
I figured that would be good for you.
That could actually be really useful. Thank you.
Yeah. That was both in character and out of character, that cough was. Mherren just kind of goes away. She's go by herself. she's gonna talk to HR. She kind of just shuffles away from everybody now. She's awkward.
The food is about ready if you guys want to sort of come and grab some.
Pebble's just sort of gonna pick up a bowl and sort of dejectedly poke at it for a little bit, like not really looking like she has much of an appetite, but still sort of nibbling.
For any malfeasance.
Meat and vegetables, Shello, a little bit of spice. That's about it.
Is?
Yeah, like herbs and a bit of salt.
If I do not know this herb fellow, you intend to have me eat him?
No, Balthazar just like somewhat gives up on sort of trying to explain it.
Shello's just gonna have some rations from his backpack instead.
Will the bird be eating your meal as well?
I'm not really sure if he does eat.
You're
never really
muffled from within your robes. I don't.
Why are we keeping him around again?
I think he's a non-negotiable, unfortunately.
Well, he was very much avoidable, but...
I know you're probably wondering what happened back in the capital. And why I did what I did. You know, when Grisha died, Aloria was only, gosh, she would have been about 4 months old. I hadn't known. After Grisha died, I wasn't sure what I was doing. Having to take on every odd job around the town that we were in as best as I could without trying to get laid off because I had to bring her with me. I couldn't get anyone to watch her. I felt pretty helpless. And years later, when I lost Aloria, I'd somewhat given up. When they threw me in the pit, I didn't even bother resisting. The pits, the original idea with them was to be a place to deal with people, scum, people who couldn't do anything good. And that's where I felt like I belonged. When we lost Sana, I felt like it was happening all over again. Yet again, couldn't protect one of the people I care about. I know it doesn't excuse for what I did, but I just need you all just to try and understand that what I did was out of desperation.
But what did it accomplish, Balthazar? What possible gain could you have gotten out of making a deal with a hag?
I'm not sure if you would have sort of noticed, but my magic is not up to scratch. I hadn't practiced for years. I grown a lot of disdain after what happened with Gloria. I didn't have any power to stop anyone from hurting any of you. From what I had seen and read upon about the Fae after our first interaction, I knew that they had the ability to give such power. It definitely did not go well, because I'd completely thrown aside on what it may have done to you guys. I don't expect you to forgive me, but just want you to know that I only did it because I don't want anything to take another one of you guys away from me.
You're not alone. You know that. You can tell us things like this before you get to that breaking point. And I know that that's hypocritical of me to say, but I think I speak for everyone when I say we care about you. Mherren kind of chokes on those words a little bit. Like, they're kind of hard to get out. I'm not happy about what you did. But I understand it. Just as much as you don't want to lose one of us, we don't want to lose you either.
Balthazar sort of silently nods.
I don't really trust that fucking bird and your jacket. Okay? And I just... Okay, Jesus.
Birds of a feather.
I just...
Balthazar stands up and sort of shuffles over to where Shello would be sitting. He grabs out like a little bag out of his like his keepsakes, and pulls out a small stone. It's quite shiny. There's a bit of luminescence to it, just from whatever minerals may be contained. And he hands it to Shello. Shello, I'm sorry about your friend.
What is this?
You know how when we had downtime, we would, go outside and sort of throw stones and things? Well, I want you to have this. I know it doesn't make up for what we did, for what I did, but I'm sorry about what happened with your friend. And I know I'm not expecting you to forgive me, but I hope this at least helps.
Well, sometimes people die, and other times people don't die. So I hope you think about that, keeper of the shiny stones.
Well, you now have the shinier one.
You do not have any more? This is your only shiny stone?
It was. Sure is now.
But this, surely this is too much.
No, buddy. That one's for you.
I want to rummage around in my backpack and maybe even the bag of holding, looking for any other stone that I can give in return. And I mean the only thing close to of similar value that I have is I'm not sure if you perhaps saw this before, but your rather nasty bird may have once been accosted by a very small hat. And I would like you to have this hat. I'm not sure if it will fit you very well. And I'll give you my frog-sized wizard's hat.
I'll be sure to sneak it onto Nordry.
After staring at my new shiny rock for maybe too long, kind of getting lost in it.
His eyes are just like staring at the TV for too long.
These square eyes, but they're shapes of rocks. I'm gonna put the rock in a special pouch away from everything else, so it doesn't get not shiny. And look back up to the group.
Gang, I am very excited. I believe soon we may be near around where Master Bottleby is traveling.
Oh.
We heard once that he was coming up north.
Are you excited to see him?
Yes, very much so. He puts on quite a show.
That's fair.
That's good.
I am sure you would all very much enjoy it.
I'm sure I will too. Just I don't know. Didn't he send you to the Colosseum?
Well, no. Madame was there whenever I was left off.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Do you have any friends in the freak show you're hoping to see?
Well, yes, all of them.
Do you remember? She sort of. It seems like she's trying to figure out how to bring this up without getting incredibly upset. Shello, after Sana was killed, do you remember what the king said about her heart?
Well, yes. I believe His Highness said he was only interested in Sana's heart, and then passed it off to someone else. Delivered to Master Bottleby.
If Bottleby's working with the king, do you think he'll be very kind receiving us? Do you think
Well, I believe I was his favorite ant boy.
Well, and I'm sure that's true. You're also my favorite ant boy. I'm just worried maybe if Bottleby is working with the king, he isn't the man you think he is. Shello.
Well, I was not in the business of thinking of him. I believe that was more of the Madame's persuasion.
I'm just saying it's possible Bottleby might not be maybe the man you remember. Maybe he won't be so happy to see us. I just want to set your expectations. He might not be on our side here.
Well, surely he would be pleased to see me return. Do you not think?
But if
And if I bring friends, that is all the better.
Yeah. We can go see him. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you. I guess I'll pull Mherren to the side. I'm a little worried about Shello. I feel like his expectations for Bottleby might not be accurate. And I also I'm a little bit scared to see Bottleby. I don't know what he wanted to do with Sana's heart, but it can't be good. If he's working with the king, I don't know if it's a good idea to be around him.
Mherren closes her eyes, and it's very obvious that she's taking deep breaths to try and calm herself. Either way, we need to get to him. I don't know what can be done with a heart, let alone her heart, but I know that I don't want it in his hands, and whatever plan he has for it. So if we have to go and Shello's excited, that's fine. And if Bottleby doesn't end up being what Shello remembered, that's also fine. We can deal with it then, but her heart is en route to him. And even if we don't get there before they do, we have to do something about it.
I agree. I'm scared, Mherren. I don't know what to do.
Neither do I.
Mherren, I want you to pretend we were talking about the weather when we go back to the fire, okay?
What?
So that, so they don't, think we were talking about them behind their back or anything. I just wanted to talk to you about the weather.
Does that make it more suspicious?
Well, no, that's what people talk about, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
I've never talked about the weather with someone.
Not a single time? What if there was a really bad storm?
She's sinking back.
I just think we should have a conversation. Mherren, but they're gonna...
I can have been telling you about maintaining weapons.
Okay. Yeah, that does make more sense now that you say it. You do know a lot about weapons. And as far as I'm aware, you're not a meteorologist. Not that I know what that is or anything.
That's it. I don't even know what that means. Go back over there.
All right, she heads back over there.
God's above.
I'm sorry. I'm in tears. Laughing at that exchange.
Oh my god.
We were just talking about how my weapon's starting to get weathered, is all. In case you guys were wondering what we were talking about.
Balthazar looks up, already suspicious of you coming over, and immediately saying that instead of just
Mherren's just rubbing her temple now,
You need to go speak with Mherren in private about weapon maintenance.
Well, I mean, you're a wizard, and I don't know if Shello... I just don't know how to talk to him a lot of the time, so...
I used to be a soldier. I know about weapon maintenance.
Mherren just kind of shoots Balthazar a little smirk.
It's not that embarrassing. Did you have to talk about it in private?
Well, you know how it is, just girl stuff. Cleaning your sword.
You're pulling the
battle
girl
axe.
talk.
That's peak girl stuff. Yeah, actually, we're pulling a girl talk. Okay, you guys have your boy talk. Okay.
You know what's funny?
God damn.
You should have started with girl talk. We probably wouldn't have prompted.
I completely forgot about your guys' stupid boy talk stuff, but I didn't even think about it.
Rock Lady, you mentioned us perhaps living in a place together once we're all done.
Yeah.
There were many vacant homes back in the last place. Perhaps we could ask them in a while.
Shello, most of those houses are going to be burnt down by the end of the night, if they aren't already.
Yes, but perhaps there will be more of those homes with the small wooden men in them. I don't know if that was the previous owner was turned to a small wooden man. We could
Shello,
ask
no.
him.
No, Shello. Those people were not turned into wooden men. They were just kidnapped. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's right anymore. I feel like before yesterday, everything was so easy, so black and white. The cultists are bad. The cult is evil. That's what I've learned. And I want to believe it because I don't want to imagine that my church is wrong. Those people didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve to be kidnapped and murdered. I couldn't fall asleep most of last night thinking about it. I don't know. I don't think that what they believe in is... I don't think that the God they follow is real. I don't think that even if it is real, it's a force of good. But I don't know what you're supposed to do when you can't change their mind. But what if they hurt people? Not those people specifically, but what if others like them?
Then you protect those people. That's your job as a paladin, isn't it?
My job as a paladin is to fight in the name of Angarad. If anything, it's the opposite. I'm not supposed to protect evil cultists, Mherren.
That's not you.
What isn't?
Fighting people just because they don't follow your god? That's not something Pebble does.
Well,
Pebble is probably the most reckless person I've met.
hey.
With a heart about 10 times too big. And
As far as I'm aware, my heart's normal.
a will to do good. A will to protect those weaker than her. And combated me at every instance that I could have been morally gray. You aren't the type that fights to make people believe. You're the type that fights to keep people alive. Do you understand that?
Yes, but if I'm not spreading my belief, I don't know what my purpose is. That's what I was told. That's what I learned. I exist in the name of Angarad. I am only alive because of her mercy, and or at least the
Well,
church's mercy.
I'd argue a god is only as strong as their followers.
Well, there's a hell of a lot of them.
And you add every bit of strength. Gods don't exist without followers. You say yourself that you don't believe in those people's god. And no one else does besides them. So if it exists to them, it's real. And if the principles you've been taught exist for you, that's real.
I guess I just wish I wasn't born the time I was. I wish I was around when they were still here. I would give anything to just ask her one question. Anything. Just any confirmation that what I'm doing is right.
Well, as soon as you say that, a thunder cracks
Oh,
and
oh
lightning flew
fuck.
across the sky, and it begins to rain.
Not rain!
Oh fuck. Okay. She yelps when the thunder cracks. She immediately clasps her amulet and begins praying. Like, I didn't mean to blaspheme. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Here, someone hold up this end of the bedroll. Mherren comes over to one of the trees, one of the thinner trees, and holds up part of like the top of the bedroll, where it's like more of the, not the soft material, but you know, the other type of material that's meant to be laid on the ground. And she pulls out a rope and starts to tie it onto the tree to make a little tarp, like just at the outside of the carriage, so that it's like a little canopy from the inside of the carriage to the out, you know, that sort of thing.
It starts heavy, but it starts to thin out a bit.
Oh, that's even scarier.
I hate these sort of weather blips. They always made traveling through the marshes so annoying.
Yeah.
Pebble?
Yeah?
You okay?
Yeah. Just, you know, we all make mistakes. I should know better than to question her.
You remind me so often that you're still a kid. You know that?
I am not a kid.
You're a kid, Pebble. You're still in your early stage of life.
And I'm sorry, but I would like to state that despite that fact, I think I am quite grown. Sort of like puffs out her chest a little. She's like trying to make her stance wider.
Mherren pats Pebble's shoulder.
She swats it away.
Balthazar overhears this and goes, "You're still a kid."
God damn you, Balthazar.
Mherren chuckles. What I mean is, you have a lot to learn. The whole point of life, well, maybe not the point, but a huge part of it is asking questions. And you never really grow out of that.
I don't think I should be questioning a god. Sure, other people, yeah, but I mean, you saw that.
I've
saw what just
questioned a lot. I've questioned a lot of gods, even when I was younger and I was raised to believe. When I grew older and started questioning, nothing happened. Not in the way that you're thinking. I didn't get random rain showers poured down on me. Lightning didn't come out. That just happened sometimes. Because the weather is kind of unpredictable. And now I guess we're talking about the weather.
Yes! 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 I fucking knew it!
My point is, things happen sometimes. And a big part of life is asking questions, not just taking what's in front of you. And I'm well aware that you can ask plenty of questions. My point is, your life isn't just a one-track road. You're meant to stray off the path and find your own. And you shouldn't be afraid to do that. Even if it is a little scary sometimes.
I guess.
Balthazar will sort of start like picking up like all the things that he would have used for dinner and like sort of getting them clean.
Mherren fixes up the tarp a little bit, the makeshift tarp, and when she's done, just making sure the ropes are tight enough, she comes over to Balthazar. Need a hand?
Yeah, that would actually be helpful, thank you.
Because Mherren's bedroll is kind of half wet because of the makeshift tarp, we'll hand her his own bedroll.
This
Here,
isn't
you-
necessary.
You're driving. It's best that you get good amount of rest. I
That'll
can
be
I
fine.
can nap on the ride. Please.
Balthazar, I'm fine.
Balthazar looks at
I-
you with a stern look, knowing that you were exhausted for days.
I'm fine. I've slept on much worse surfaces than grass. Trust me. Much worse.
Like,
It's a bit muddy now after that rain.
Oh, the tarp covered most of it. It's not too bad.
All right. We've got no fire, so it's gonna get cold.
I run warm.
We'll then sort of finish cleaning things up, putting the supplies back into the carriage and turning in for the night.
Mherren just leans up against the back of the carriage from under the tarp. Just head tilted back and arms crossed.
You sort of see like a puddle forming like in the ground around like where you the makeshift tarp set up, and you're like looking at your reflection. You start to see something a little bit strange, however. Get a little bit closer to it, and like you just like look a bit strange. You can't quite place it, and you put your hand to your face, noticing solid hard bumps, 2 of them on your head where your temples are basically.
Mherren just kind of scowls a little bit, and she feels, are they actually there or just in the reflection?
They're actually there, yeah. You feel them, and you notice that perhaps since the form of dread you took on when you were feeling so like impulsive, you almost feel like you overdid it then, and you've been feeling a little bit strange since then. And you start to think that these 2 like kind of bumps in your skin formed when you did that.
Just another thing I needed.
Bumps? I'm confused.
Horns.
That's very, very
Horns.
cool. Yeah.
Budding horns, I imagine.
Very small right now, just kind of bumps in the skin. You can't even notice it unless you really get close to Mherren's face.
I imagine it would be something like, "Oh, you got injured. You should probably put some ice on that."
I feel like as soon as this is more apparent to the party, I think Shello may call you a freak. I'm giving you forewarning.
That's fair.
That's fine
Understandable.
because he's been in the circus. Like they're his friends.
He's allowed to say that.
Yeah.
It's his
He's
words.
allowed to say that. He can
He has
reclaim
the
it.
F.
And Balthazar, when you go back in the caravan and get ready for sleep, Nordry comes out and is like, "Hey, Balthazar, where's our bedroll? I really feel like taking up the whole thing tonight. God, I gotta stretch out."
Well, isn't that great? There's a perfectly nice and comfortable roof on top of the carriage.
Balthazar, don't play with that. I got backaches.
Why does your back ache so much from all the hard work you've been doing?
It's cramped in there in your robes. I gotta like stuff myself in there.
Fine, go for a fly around.
I can't just be out in the open all the time. People might get scared.
I can guarantee to you, nobody is scared of you.
Right, because your face is scarier.
With that, Balthazar's gonna try and grab at him and try and throw him outside of the carriage.
Make a dexterity check.
17.
Try to reach for him, and he blinks out of the way and poofs onto like next to where he was on the other side of your hand. And he's like,
oh, missed me there.
All you've been doing is sitting in the robe. You've not been doing anything.
I've been observing, Balthazar. I got a lot of eyes. I can peek through the holes.
You have done nothing but observe the pockets that you've been picking at. Thank you very much.
No. I observe a lot. I'm getting an impression of your place in the group. Let me tell you, it's not a good one.
That's a mighty strong opinion for something that eats seed and does nothing but crap. Nordri, I don't know if you were even a thing before what happened, but you're going to find that I don't really care what my position is, if I'm leading a team, if I'm not. It's not what I want.
All right. Well, what's your relationship with the others?
A loaded question.
Well, the ant one. What do you two like? What do you two do?
We were, I wouldn't say close. We talk about many things, but mostly he's a good friend. He's pretty good as a leader. I don't know. He's been for some stuff lately.
All right. Well, what about the one sleeping like a rock over there on the other side of the caravan?
I don't know. Pebble, she's young. I used to be a man of faith a while ago, but I can't say I am anymore, but I think she's just trying to do what's best by her and her faith, and it doesn't really help with how I've been doing things.
Never strike me as a man that gives a bird's behind about no gods. You're saying I used to pray to one?
Not actively, but it's been so long that Balthazar sort of like recollecting.
How about the one outside then?
Mherren, we've had our ups and downs.
How you wish.
Huh?
He's gonna punch the bird.
What does that mean?
He's going to punch the bird. Bear with me one moment. Where's the action?
He's gonna actually?
Yeah, it's a nat 20.
Okay.
Holy shit!
That
Get his
bird's
ass!
flying out of that fucking carriage.
Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
That's so fucking funny. That's so funny.
3. Max damage.
What health does the bird have? I have to look.
You're gonna kill
Let me have a look
this
for you.
fucking bird.
Kill the bird.
You could really quickly say
Nordri
non-lethal.
has 1 hit point.
Yeah.
That was the best nat 20 I'll ever hit.
That was what was so funny. It just took a crude joke, and that was it.
You punch Nordri, and it just kind of like bursts into magic. Just like some like sort of black wispy magic, different from like when it bursts into feathers. This time it leaves behind like no trace, and you basically just like dispelled the magic. So if you want Nordri again, you're gonna have to summon your familiar again.
That's fine.
He can stay away for a little bit.
I don't think Balthazar's going to be too upset about that.
That's so funny.
If only
he's
you
gonna
knew
go-
this was an option originally.
Now you go down for sleep, and it's much more of a quiet sleep. You don't constantly have talons jamming into your side as Nordri rolls around next to you.
A good night's
You
sleep
can
for
get
once.
Good night's sleep. And is anyone else doing anything in the night?
I'm just keeping watch.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. Youch. 14.
You see in the night, you like hear like wolves howling. It kind of like gives you the shivers a bit. It's also getting a little bit colder as you get further up north. Not like snowing or anything, but with the rain and stuff, it's getting a bit chillier out at night. You feel like as you've been getting more north, like with the wolves howling, the wilderness is seeming more and more dangerous at night, but currently where you are, nothing seems to be bothering you throughout the night.
So these are more scary wolves than friendly wolves?
You don't see any wolves, you just kind of hear the howling in the distance within the woods.
Or are they saying mean things?
You can't tell.
Oh,
You
damn.
don't speak wolf.
I knew I should have taken wolf as a language.
Everyone waking up for the morning, getting your sleep schedules back on track. You wake up early in the morning and get on the road to Ilboro, and there's like mileage signs as you get closer, but you also start to see signs that are like keep out, disease within, turn back. Seems to be warnings of some sort of plague that has struck in the town. Things Mherren could have assumed in speaking to the mayor of this place, but the signs are putting it more into perspective that they're warning travelers not to enter the town as it could be dangerous. And then when you get to a forking path of a road that seems to go continue north to Lupin Pine, Mherren, do you take the road that instead forks into Ilboro?
Mherren just sort of knocks on the carriage so that the sound carries. We've got a fork in the path. We could head straight to Lupin Pine or take a small detour through Ilboro.
Surely if there are these many warnings, there must be something good inside.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know if we really need any trouble. It'd be nice to have an actual bed to sleep in, but I don't know.
I mean, it's not far out of the way. We could pretty much head straight to Lupin Pine. We just probably have to be pretty careful.
I mean,
I would rather to not have to hear the wolves again tonight.
all right, I guess since he's our lookout, might as well. Shello, you deserve a break.
Thank you very much.
Let's.
Perhaps tomorrow I will face the wolves again.
Fun times.
Darkness creeping in as you go towards all these signs telling you to leave. We'll end the session there.
We've never been very good at listening to instruction.
Never ever. Either in game or out of game, we're not particularly good at that.